Okay, I definitely wasn't late starting that. I don't want any shade on that front. You can sod right off. Welcome to tonight's stream. And I think Siler is sitting patiently waiting. I'm already in the lobby. He's in the lobby now. Let's just get straight into things. Siler? Oh,
hello.
Oh, he is here.
Hello.
There we go. Excellent. How are you doing this evening?
Oh, good.
I'm
very happy that tomorrow is the last day of the week for me. After that, we have a bank holiday.
Oh no, we've got this new settings menu. Where the fuck do I toggle on my my audio thing to say? Oh, hang on. Here we go. Voice chat.
Just
team.
search it.
There we go. I don't want to search for things. I mean, that's ridiculous. Why would I want to do that? Okay, there we go. Well, hopefully you can cheer you up tonight that we've got a big game. We're waiting for... There's a possible big upset could still happen in the tournament, Siler. I don't know if you're aware.
Which is... I am vaguely aware of the standings.
So, Team Sitout currently in 3rd place. So it looks all but guaranteed that there will be a playoff between Spherical and Sitout to... Oh, no, sorry. It looks all but guaranteed there's likely to be a playoff between Sitout and GCD to work out who will play in the final against Spherical. However, both Spherical and Sitout still have to play GFG, who have become known in the tournament as the Kingslayers after taking a game off the aforementioned Gubcord. So, I mean, GFG, I think technically, if they win both games tonight and win both games against Spherical, could make it into the playoffs. They got
so the top 4 qualify for players, right?
The top 3 qualify for playoffs. So there's only going to be a semi-final and a final. So 2nd and 3rd will play against each other, and then whoever wins that will play against 1st place to decide the overall winner.
So OG's is already confirmed out.
Yeah, OG's is out. They're at the cutoff.
So GFG has to
win everything from now on.
She has to lose not a single game, and everything else doesn't matter. As soon as one team wins against Spherical, it's over. Okay. Wins against GFG.
Yeah, basically, it's then set. The only thing at that point left to decide is who will play in the semi and who will play in the final. Because even if GFG don't make it, technically, if they draw both of these teams, actually no, even if they draw them both, it's still Spherical in 1st place. They have to beat Spherical
2-0, and then lose to Sitout.
So technically they could lose to Sitout, 0-2, and then they could beat Spherical 2-0, and Sitout would take the top spot. Yeah. So I mean, there is still things to be decided here. There is gaming to be had.
Right. So Sitout is basically, like I said, it's the one team that actually is in danger, right? Spherical cannot lose. Spherical cannot be disqualified anymore, so Spherical just might throw. If Sitout loses here, Spherical can think about... if Sitout loses 2-0 here, Spherical can think about losing 2-0 on purpose because they're still going to qualify, and then Sitout doesn't get to play the final. If they want to do that. I'm not saying they should, but they could.
Yeah, no, I don't think anyone's going to throw any games here, but I mean...
Especially Spherical
it's hard.
It's a team with integrity.
I'm a big fan of both of these teams, and I love an underdog. So, you know what I mean? I'd love to see GFG really, like, just storm it into the semis. But at the same time, I obviously don't want to see Sitout knocked down. Sitout have worked really hard, to be fair, and honestly, they deserve to be in the finals. But equally, I mean, if GFG go, you know, all wins here, then they will deserve it. I think it'll just be a shame if Sitout then doesn't make a playoffs.
Very true, but I do believe it will be incredibly hard. We would see some serious improvement in the GFG play to see them win 2-0.
Hey, they've done it. They took a game off Gubcord. It's anything is possible.
Yeah, but one game off Gubcord, like, that's just Gub playing a dumb mid hero, isn't it? I didn't look at the game, but I have to say that's a lich mid from Gub.
Yeah, I mean, these things happen. I don't think I actually watched that game, to be fair. So yeah, clearly I didn't see it. Was Gub even playing in that game? Gub's not been playing this tournament. He stood in for a game, I believe. Know. But I mean, Team Sitout, I think I'm gonna say very predictable. They're very predictable to me. Because I've seen them play a lot. I've played with a lot of the guys a lot. So, do you know what I mean? I kind of know where they're coming from. They tend to have very good drafts. They're very thought out. You know, Seething puts a lot of thought into not only who to ban, but who they're going to try and bait their enemies into picking and this sort of stuff. I didn't make it into the team chat tonight. I was a bit late getting settled. But I mean, GFG, on the other hand, I feel like chaos. Like, unpredictable. You don't know where they're going. You don't know what they're doing. There's a few heroes that if they come out, you know they're happening. Braxy and Durambong tend to remain on support, but the other three, my god, they can go anywhere.
So I'm currently trying to check out the game that GFG won. They picked... Oh, they picked an Earthshaker mid. I guess that's not too bad.
I mean, that's a standard mid at the moment. Obviously, it is worth noting, there has been an update. So there was an update before. I think the only game that has been played since was myself, FGF versus Sitout. I could be wrong on that, but there was an update came out at the weekend, and there's not been huge changes. We've seen some new neutrals. That's probably the biggest update. Slight move in things on the map, so some camps have changed positions and such. And then obviously the standard minor adjustments to a plethora of heroes and items.
There's some pretty damn big changes.
There is, but I'm just trying to give the gist is... Obviously, there's been a shit ton of hero changes. The big thing is new neutral items. Would you not agree? Hell, you can get Wraith King's Innate as a tier 5 neutral item now.
I guess, but I think the most important part are the other terrain changes and the way that and a few items got nerfed. They were a bit broken, like the Radiant's losing a lot of dodge, so you don't have to buy MKB against Radiant's a bit more. It's huge. Obviously the two new neutral items are insane. Like the two best neutral items by far in the game now.
There's more than two new ones.
Yeah, but like the two new ones that everybody's talking about, the Giant Small and the Blood Rite thing. Where you just get
the Blood Rite's pretty good. The Giant Small is interesting.
Honestly,
Chipped Vest is back. Let's get I mean, come on. Chipped Vest is brilliant.
The only tier 1 neutral item you ever need to talk about is the what's it called? The obscure.
Oh,
the Dormant Curio.
Dormant Curio. Oh, I love Dormant Curio. You gotta gamble. But I mean, we're in the draft, so there's only one thing left to do here.
Radiant team ban.
Crack a beer and let's get going with this game.
Radiant team ban.
They banned the Witch Doctor.
Dire team ban.
And they banned the Tinker. Oh, the Lulu
Now the
Tinker. I
Radiant team is
remember.
banning.
I
should
remember
be
this being something
interesting.
good. So
Yeah,
Team Sitout now. I had
Radiant team
a small suspicion that there might actually be a chance for GFG if, as they were talking about Energy maybe not showing up because no one had heard of him.
Oh,
But he has
really?
now showed up.
I mean, they could have got a stand. They could have got a stand-in. I think there are
10
Yeah,
seconds
but-
viable
remaining.
stand-ins available.
There are, but I believe Energy is a crucial part
seconds
of this
remaining.
team to actually like.
He's a big part, but to be honest, there are two people on Sitout that I feel like you can swap out reasonably well, and that's Catastrophe and Nazir. And that is just because the coordination on the supports and seething is very important. Whereas I think if you get a
Team pick.
competent offlaner in to replace Catastrophe, it's not the end of the world. And Nazir, obviously being on the carry, it's a much more
Radiant
independent
team
role.
Well, we see this Wraith King often picked by GFG. I feel like every game I've watched these lads now they pick Wraith King. Instantly spawned by with Underlord. Either both teams are pick their positions 3 here, or both teams are picking their pos 1 here.
Yeah, I mean, that Wraith
Both-
King can go anywhere. That Underlord is going mid.
Going mid.
Yes, that is a Seething's mid Underlord. He loves it.
Okay.
He does very well on it, to be honest, a lot of the time. I don't know if they'd consider it carry. I know it has potential there,
10
but
seconds remaining.
I don't think I've ever seen Nazir go near the hero, and it's not his sort of hero. It's definitely not going
5
in the
seconds
offlane.
remaining.
I mean, just scanning through some of the bans. Tinkerban, obvious. Lulu is a fiend on it. The Ursa ban, they obviously saw FGF get absolutely rinsed by it the other day. Centaur is just an easy hero for them to put Catastrophe on. It's good to get rid of. I mean, any coordination issues you may have with a player go out the window if you put them on Centaur, because it is easy to ask for stuff, and it's just a very tanky hero. And the Disruptor, another pain in the ass hero. I think usually played by Wurzak. I could be getting that the wrong way around, but
No idea.
that is the
Played
case. On the other side, I think I don't really know about the Witch Doctor ban. I'm not as familiar with GFG's heroes, but getting rid of Dazzle just because they don't like him. The Necro ban is interesting. I think Scotty has played a decent bit of that, and then getting rid
the
of
Necro
Drow.
ban speaks for the Underlord mid, right? Because if you play Underlord
Yeah,
mid,
that's
you
true.
don't want to play the Necro.
And I think this Drow is maybe just, they may be counting on
10 seconds
Nazir to come
remaining.
out the gate with something fairly strong, and that they don't want to get outscaled.
5 seconds remaining.
I mean, Drow is just a very, very good carry. Stupid
Yeah,
amount
she
of
didn't
potential.
She didn't do. She's also like I feel like the last 2 bans, Necrophos and Drow, just basically we pick Underlord, and we want to keep this flex, because if you pick Drow, you can't really send the Underlord on the offlane anymore. If you pick Necro, you can't really send a mid or safe lane anymore. So you have like if they pick one of these 2 heroes, they force the Underlord to the specific position to dodge those heroes. So they
Yeah.
protect them.
Very late clockwork ban.
I mean, teams have not been first picking it, so you can leave the ban for later, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose. Obviously, the new facet. I did see Dor screaming
10
for it in
seconds
chat. They want to see some chainmails being eaten. Nobody's going to do that. It is rubbish. Until they make
5 seconds
expanded
remaining.
cogs just standard for clock, his other facets will never be good.
I mean,
Or
you
if they
can
remove
play
it,
him
but I'll be sad.
a different way, right? You can play for not the cogs, but the expanded cogs are so strong that it's hard not to play with them.
Yeah. No, it's literally
And
that. You feel
Does he
nerfed
still
when you don't
have
have them.
hookup? He has
He
3
does,
facets.
yeah. He has 3 facets now.
So it's really hard to take a chain meal. I feel like the chain meal is it's a turbo facet. You take this in turbo or in ability raft.
You take it if you're planning for a very late game where you don't want your clockwork to do anything in the early game.
I mean,
Which is
Clockwork's
never
still
gonna
going to
happen.
do a lot, right? Clockwork, like
yeah,
that's the
but
thing.
when you look at the builds, when people are actually
5
making this
seconds
chainmail
remaining.
facet work, it's Midas's and it's farming and it's wasted gold, not buying other like save items or like brawling items. So like you just lose a lot of early game potential with it.
I mean, you just go for your cube, and then I can understand why people go Midas with it, because we obviously want to be greedy. But basically, you're picking a facet that says there's a few facets like this where you say, okay, my early game's not going to change at all, and then my later on in the game I have a power spike.
Yeah.
It's just it would just be the facet that has that power spot like 70 minutes if you're playing support clockwork,
Yes. So it really
which
is a
is-
gamble. Like,
which takes too long. Which like a Magnus facet that all these spells that you can get to level 5, you power spike at level 9
Yeah.
then, which is 10
I mean,
minutes into the game or something.
I got teammates shouting at me for
seconds
keeping my
remaining.
dormant curio past tier 3 neutrals. I'm not going to
does
get
this?
away with
seconds
gambling for a
remaining.
70-minute clockwork game.
Who
was
shouts
this?
at you for dormant curio?
Duck is very upset about the dormant curio. But regardless of talking about the items we haven't seen yet or the heroes of the band, heroes that have been picked, we got a Vengeful Spirit coming out now and a Jakiro, who, again, wasn't first picked,
Patience while the
didn't get
radiant
banned, and
juice
somehow made it all the way to, like, what was that, third or fourth pick?
Yeah, GFG have got some great supports here. Like the Vengeful Spirit is a bit. I feel like it's a comfort pick for Verzak. Was it Lulu?
I think it
One
can
of the
do
two
work.
likes
It can
to
do
pack it.
work. It can do work. I think it goes on
It's
Lulu.
decent, and especially now against the Shadow Shaman,
10
it
seconds
can
remaining.
obviously be very
Radiant team
disruptive.
pick.
But if you're looking at just the support for support, the Jakiro Shadow Shaman combo is better than Vengeful Spirit.
Yeah.
Plus, potentially Dawnbreaker support here, or is this just a 3? And-
I think this is
You're
just a
correct
3.
with-
This is a catastrophe hero, but
okay.
yeah, I mean, picking this up, they kind of
10
can. They've
seconds
got the
remaining.
Underlord, so they got some beef that's going to be present in the fights. They're definitely going for some sort of like global
5 seconds
presence thing
remaining.
here. You know, it's really easy for them to
Time
maneuver
now for the
themselves
dire
into
team.
fights.
I speak for the team.
And speaking of which, out comes the Nature's Prophet. So that's going to be a carry prophet. They're going to last pick that other support. It could be a support prophet. I've seen it suggested with the Money Tree stuff, but I don't
Money
love
Tree
it.
is so pointless.
Money Tree
So-
doesn't
10
give enough
seconds
money.
remaining.
Yeah.
Is literally it. Like, Money Tree gives, I think it
5
gives
seconds
6
remaining.
bags. Yeah, it's 6 bags of gold, and the
Dire
number
team
of
ban.
amount of gold in each bag is
Ooh,
1.5 times the
40.
level. So even at level 20, each bag of gold is only 30, so it's 180 gold total. It's just not worth it.
It is not good enough yet. That is an interesting pick. Sleepy correctly
10 seconds
suggesting
remaining.
the Monkey King wouldn't be that good because you're really struggling
5
into the
seconds
Underlord,
remaining.
but like Timbersaw would absolutely destroy in this game. They decide to go for an
Radiant team
Invoker. Also
d-
decent. The Exiled Invoker can do a lot against Nature's Prophet because he does like to just stand still.
Yeah. I
But
don't know if they have a
now the
Timbersaw
Radiant
player.
team is batting.
Kamaya
That
definitely
is
plays
probably
the
the problem.
Invoker. I mean, they've still got an offlane to pick up, possibly. They could put that as Carry Wraith King, then pick up an offlane Timbersaw.
Because against all three of these heroes, Underlord, Dawnbreaker, and Nature's Prophet, you can just pick a very like mobile hero that doesn't die quickly, and you're kind of fine.
10
I mean,
seconds
you're
Like
still
the
gonna-
Vengeful Spirit's not gonna.
You're
do
going to
enough.
somewhat struggle with a well-placed pick.
5 seconds remaining.
Not really. Like a one pit is not enough. There has to be blatantly a follow up. There has to be a subject
Hey,
follow up.
if I know seething, there is going to be a lot more than one pit by the time this game is over. There's going to be
I
pits
mean,
on
it's-
pits on pits on pits.
I guess so. But yeah, I'd probably go for the Slark ban here and test it out. If they sent this Wraith Cone on 3, I feel like a Slark could do very well. It does struggle a bit against the Dawnbreaker, but late game it doesn't care against. It can just 1v1 the Nature's Prophet in its
Yeah.
ult because Nature's Prophet just doesn't have anything against that. It obviously doesn't really care about the Unload Pit with the Dark Pact. You can just keep purging everything that he does. So
What are you thinking for the last pickup for Sitout? We're looking for a pos 5 really, so they need something that's going to align with that profit.
it could still be a Dawnbreaker thing, but I guess it would be a pos. I think it's pos 5 wrench. I think they're looking for 4 that can make this Dawnbreaker work really well. Right, they need
I'm pretty sure that's a Lulu Venge
oh
on
boy.
the pos
All
4
right,
and that was Zaggleby pos 5 with the profit.
Dire team ban.
then it's
Van on Mawerta, so Vidi's definitely scared them the other day.
you do need to get a bit more damage on your 5. I wouldn't mind like someone that could disrupt and do damage like Lion.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Not sure. I'm not sure it's one of his preferred
10
heroes.
seconds remaining.
They're probably not.
They've run Hoodwink before. I think that's more for
5
Lulu.
seconds remaining.
Honestly, I would have actually really liked the Clockwork here if they'd got it.
Dire team
I
pick.
think a pos 5 Clockwork could have been good for them in lane. It could have just sort of helped keep people off the profit. That would be about all they need to do. They have banned out carries still, so they think it's a support profit, which is possible.
I think they think that they
Patience
support
while the
Windbreaker.
Radiant's team choose.
They go for the Medusa.
Oh my. So that's going to be an
Oh,
offlane Medusa and a carry Wraith King.
I think it's the other way around. I think there's a Scotty Medusa.
You may
It's
now
a Zeus
select your
support.
heroes.
So they go for the full damage support, if it is support.
I mean, it's the
And I
global,
mean-
isn't it? They wanted another global. Yeah, that's Wurzag on the Zeus. There we go. I mean, I don't
Scotty Wraith King, alright.
dislike it. I think there were better support options there, but I don't think it's anything that's going to hamper them.
I don't understand why you go for the Wraith King 1 here, though. And then go Medusa 3.
Because Medusa 1's bad?
Yeah, but Wraith King 1 is also bad.
I
Like,
don't...
Medusa 1 is actually kind of fine in this, because this is just going to be this is going to be a game where two teams just stand on top of each other and just hit, and whoever deals more damage wins the game. And you could have either gone for a playstyle with a Slark or something that makes that
10
go away,
seconds
and you
remaining.
actually have the mobility and have a giant advantage because of that mobility. But you
5
decide to go
seconds
for
remaining.
another extremely static hero.
I'd kind of argue I don't like the Medusa
In
pickup
Medusa.
regardless of where they put it. So I think you're right that they needed something more mobile, something that can, like, they've got nothing to jump on the back line here.
I mean, the Invoker's gonna have to do a lot, but he is going for Scholar of Korik so far, not going for the.
Dear. I don't know if this facet's, because we played into a guy using this facet the other day. Last patch, I haven't looked at all the patch notes, so I don't know what the
I mean,
Invoker
Invoker's
changes
just
are.
a wall of text that nobody wants to read.
But
I haven't read it at all.
last patch, obviously, everybody just went Galaron, which was the Exalt facet. So
They did nerf that quite a lot.
okay,
though, so
that'll be why then. I get it. It's more of a control invoker. Oh nope, he's changed at the
Yes,
last
gone for
second. We've gone for Galaron. No, he's back to Corix. He's back to
he definitely,
Galaron.
he definitely should
More
go
invoker
for the
updates
Galaron.
coming soon.
You definitely should go for the Sunstrike, just simply because in this game, if you press Cataclysm, refresher Cataclysm, you're gonna hit a lot of people because they're all so slow. He's gone very last second. He's gone back to the Corix,
Quickly,
which I guess.
I don't think we have a mod in chat, but just a heads up, guys. Just for the tournament, hang on, I'm just doing the prediction as well. Get your predictions in now with your potatoes. Just for the tournament, because the VODs will be used by Scotty for the tournament, I have turned off sort of the sound alerts and stuff. So they're still there. I haven't fully turned them off because I couldn't be asked, to be honest, but please don't use them. They won't make a sound. Some of them will, like, put stuff on screen, but that's about it, and it's only some of them that actually have visual components, so...
All right,
You've
it's
been
up
warned
to
now.
Medusa 1. Okay, I like the Medusa 1 a lot better. Okay. It's Scotty 3. They switch it around.
He is on
That's
Scholar of Corpse,
better.
okay.
The correct thing with the we saw this obviously with the ice wall in the game that we played against it. It doesn't do that little damage. Like if you actually put the ice wall on top of anybody, and again this is going to be a very static game, they will struggle to take a lot of damage. Like the damage is not to be underestimated. Question is how much has he played it and how much does he know how to play it.
Steady now.
I can't
30
remember if
seconds
my
until we are tested by
bars
combat.
in when I'm casting usually have names over the top or not, but they don't at the moment. I could just be misremembering, but anyway, I think they usually do. They're supposed to have player names.
They normally do.
That's
we're
that's
gonna
a
see a
settings
big,
issue. But
big
we
old
don't have
fight
time to
coming against
fix it.
save.
As in they go. Catastrophe now going to get locked down by that Wraith King. Nobody's going to make it out. Tree's coming out onto the Shaman. Oh my god, but Wurzag is very low. Wurzag going to go down as first blood. Looking for a kill on the Shaman, but that foul play going to come into action there. He's being chased down by Lulu.
no,
Just
Lulu.
wanted to finish off the kill, but Lulu's going to go down for his trouble. And now Catastrophe in trouble as he doesn't make the dive down the cliff. He's going to go down as well. 3 kills to nothing for GFG here. My god, sir, they have had a bit of a struggle there on Sitout.
And this
A
is
very
all
unfortunate
the support
invasion.
duo. This is all the support duo being just better at a fight than the Sitout support duo.
Do you
Like,
think we
the
can,
Jakira spelled so much damage, the foul play just denying a kill.
Gonna see if we can get a quick pause just so that I can get the hero names up. Cheers, boys. Names. Health bar. Display names. Over health bar. Display player names. Is that gonna do it now?
Sure.
'Cause- Yes, there we go. Okay. Sorry, player names weren't showing. New patch things. I don't know why. That's obviously there's been some changes to all the settings. It's possibly just fucked with the caster settings in
We now return to
my
our
my
regularly
setup file.
scheduled carnage.
So apologies about that. So in this top lane, we do have Catastrophe and Lulu up against Durambong and Obnot. So it is a POS 1 Medusa here. Or at least that's how the lanes are set out. Obviously, it doesn't necessarily speak to absolutely everything. And then the bot lane, we've got Scotty now trapped in trees. Braxi on the Shadow Shaman going against Wurzag on that support, Zeus, and Yenazir on the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah,
We are getting some
interesting
ball
lane's gonna
check
be
here.
top. Obviously, the Cure is always going to lead to a lot of fights, but he's actually getting gone on here and taking a lot of damage. No blood grenade coming out from Lulu. He doesn't have it right now. But that means he's now not low, high enough HP to go capitalize on this level 2 on the top lane.
Oh, but looking at the top lane, we then miss the kill in the bot lane as Braxi goes down to Wurzag. And now we're looking at the bot lane as the kill goes down in the top lane as they lose the Jakira on GFG. So these kills coming back the way of Sitout quite quickly here as we head into the laning stage.
Yeah, they kind of never recovered from the damage they took in the level 1 fight. And then a bit of out of position, right? He just didn't channel his shackles. Scotty going extremely low. Oh, that's some inventory there, Scotty. Got given a healing self by Braxi.
What are we expecting from this mid matchup here? We've got Invoker into Underlord. I don't think either really anticipated what they were going to see.
I think an Underlord should lose this quite badly. He has not that much. He doesn't have that much armor early on. There's still a banter there. Okay, never picked that up. But obviously the base damage reduction is pretty good. But the extra orbs are extra damage, right? It's not base damage.
No,
So
it's it's extra damage each grant.
So he
they're
should
granting
just
full
outlast
bonus at
them.
the moment, which means they're each granting 1.33.
I guess because he doesn't have the extra thing, he's not going to skill them that much. I don't know.
He
how it works with this
shouldn't,
one.
but he has already put 2 points into Exhort. So the Facet
Are
obviously
we
making
doing
his
gonna go on
ice
again?
wall better, but we'll have to wait and see. He's a little low. He makes it back to tower here. I mean, in terms of kill potential in this top lane, I think this Jakira should be survivable enough with a couple of levels. Like once he picks up that ice path, he shouldn't have too many issues. Obviously, you've got a stun and then that like that Celestial Hammer charge down from Dawnbreaker that could just chase him down a bit.
Dire's bottom tower is under siege.
I think it should even out somewhat. I think the bot lane's going to have issues, to be honest. They got
Yeah, top's gonna be the best lane for GFG for sure, unless Kamei really starts laying it down on Seething
Yeah.
here. So far they're very even. Seething actually, oh no, Seething actually winning because of his atrophy aura, obviously doing apparently more damage than Invoker.
It's not. Oh yeah. It doesn't do straight up damage though, does it? It just reduces damage, right? And gives him cleave.
It also gives you damage
Yeah. Okay.
if things die around you. If you kill any enemy dies around you, you get damage.
Catastrophe very low. No regen. He's not looking to buy anymore. He's getting a tango off Lulu.
He's got a soul ring. He's got decent strength. Could be kind of fine if he doesn't get a dual breath by.
He's got like 4.5
Jakira.
regen as standard, but I think it's risky with the Jakira. Like he's still trying to sort of fight for these last hits. Not that he's getting them. And you got to be careful as this snake gets leveled up, level 2 now, like 140 base damage. Oh no, I think it's sketchy. He's
Definitely
getting
is.
another tango here. He just doesn't want to leave and lose out on XP, which I totally understand.
At bottom we see Yenazir getting gone on because Zeus is not there. This turn
He's
on
fighting
Braxi.
back. I mean, Braxi now with no mana.
Also
Was that
just
coming
Scotty
back on this?
not
Is
committing.
he pulling? Is he doing anything? I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
I believe he was
stun
pulling.
was down. Oh, now with the chicken though, and there is the shackles coming out. Does he have the stun? Did he just stun while they shackles? Oh,
Yes.
Scotty. Oh, but a sunstrike.
Oh, what a-
Oh, a clutch
What a
sunstrike
sunstrike.
coming out from the mid lane to help finish him off, and Wurzag not able to do any more damage to either of the heroes there. I mean, well played from Kamaya. That's what we want to see. I mean, that's
Durambong dying top lane.
unfortunate. I think this is what it comes down to with mid invoker is if you can get early sunstrike, I mean, this is why Galaron was so good, because it was so much early damage as the facet. But if you can get those early sunstrike kills, it makes the hero so valuable. You're effectively ganking without having to lose out on XP from your lane.
You can definitely swing some fights on the side lanes.
Massively.
It isn't really a gank because you don't really do anything more than damage, but it's...
No, but it is. You're helping out from the mid lane. You're providing a spell that otherwise isn't in that lane. I'd constitute it a gank. Meanwhile, bot lane foul play is not going to be enough to escape Wurzag as he leaps forward to finish that off. Doesn't quite have enough damage for Scotty, though. I mean, also...
support Zeus does a lot of damage.
Yeah. But I mean, Braxy on the Shaman should be able to... Do you know what I mean? If he calls out the shackles, they get the Sunstrike off quickly. Has he scaled that? I mean, what's the time? I think we've looked at this before. It's not quite enough time, but I mean... It helps. It helps. We'll say that.
You see another fight.
Top lane, they're looking to go on Durable Bomb. Gets the stun. Lulu with the stun follow-up. Catastrophe going to dive the tower for this. Not enough damage. He's chasing him down, but... Honestly, with the slow, Scotty dying bot while we're watching this, but Catastrophe in trouble as he's taking tower hits. He goes down to Obnot and Durambong as together, but Lulu diving the tower to finish off Durambong, and now he's in the Sunstrike. My God, Scotty! Sorry, not Scotty. Kamaya.
Come here.
Oh my God.
I mean, he's a 300 gold off his Midas now because of those 2 strikes, and
Yeah,
the 10-minute Midas on the Vic is not bad.
It's free kills. His team is providing him free kills. Or Sitout is providing him free kills by diving the tower top.
We're going to see a rune fight with a potentially another Sunstrike opportunity for Braxy here. Going to get the level...
For Kamo.
Okay,
oh, right. Okay, I can see. Here I am looking at the mid runes. Like, what do you want about rune fight?
It's a shrine. It's a shrine. It's a shrine.
Yeah, exactly. You dead naming bastard. You ignorant fool.
I always do. What not just died? Oh, there's the money tree.
Like
Take it up to Durambong. Oh, and this is where the money tree is really, really good because Durambong just picked up the money from it.
I mean, it's free money. It's not a lot of free money. I mean, what level was level 6?
5.
So
no, 6.
It's what 9 gold per bag.
9 with a 20 stick on Medusa.
I guess that's 60 gold. I mean, it's fair play. Durambong's gonna enjoy that. That's a smoke. Let's see if he buys it. You know.
Yeah, but that was Ernazir's money tree giving money to the enemy team.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's the worry. I hadn't actually realized he'd gone money tree, but I guess they replaced big creep, didn't they? So it's now money tree or healing trees, right? Healing sprout. I mean, I don't hate healing sprout. I get where it's coming from, but. I think it's just a bit awkward to use if you can kind of fuck yourself over.
I feel like Money Tree is the better facet of those two, but obviously the big creep was so good that is. I think it's not even comparable.
The concept behind the healing sprout is you can sprout yourself, therefore providing trees around you to get more damage from your innate.
It does too little damage and it's too little healing. The only good thing about healing sprout is that you can heal towers.
I think if they changed it so that you could, like, you know, activate it again to remove the trees, that would make it a lot stronger. You know, on the top lane, Catastrophe in trouble again as Durambong can start chasing down. Swap comes out to try and save him. Lulu now possibly in trouble with a Sunstrike. Oh my God, saved by that extra damage block or shield from the swap. How much is that? How much does it give? Damage shield 150. How much damage are we doing from Sunstrike now? 325. My God. And that ain't getting removed. That's 325 pure damage as Scotty dies in the bot lane. And he's going to get 2 for it. Braxy falling as well.
Bottom tower is under attack.
He just went bot with his ult.
I mean, this is a very dynamic laning stage. I know.
The Seething is running away with it though a bit. I'm a bit worried about that.
Let's have a look at the net worth. Yeah, a little bit of not keeping up. Less gold than we'd have hoped from the Invoker, but I mean, now with that Midas, we might see him catch up a little bit. Honestly, if you're Sitout, you're worried about Nazir here. If you're aware of the situation, like. Yes, Prophet farms very well, especially with that big ult, but so does Medusa with that split shot. So, you know, and you got to be worried about Medusa running away with the game a bit in the late stages.
For sure. Like it could get very strong later on, especially because you're relying a lot on right clicks to do your damage, right?
Yeah.
Underlord spells don't do any damage to Medusa. Same with these spells; they all do percentage based on your HP, and Medusa has a whopping 200, so that's absolutely zero damage.
I mean, not
so
to mention,
has
there's
to
also
be
there's no real
in a
diffusal
game
buyer
without-
here either. Like nobody's going to buy diffusal on Sitout.
Yeah, for sure.
Nobody's getting any mana break to sort of help do that damage.
So that's why I like the Medusa one a lot more. I'm happy they did it.
Hey, you know
It's
what?
just-
Now I'm seeing it play out. I get it. I don't love the hero at the moment in general. I don't know if there were any
mean,
changes to her, but
Oh, that's an awkward way to go. And if Obnot
Kamaya
spotted it,
barely making it away here. Meanwhile, in the
Obnot
top
mid.
lane, Catastrophe possibly in trouble. Obnot does find him. Stun comes out though. Obnot now possibly in trouble.
I think that was
Oh
safe.
my god, the swap coming
Seething
out.
coming in.
Oh my god, yes, and the commit. They do manage to get Obnot. Seething coming in, trying to chase down Durham Bong. Did you see the Sunstrike just on the exact center of the Dawnbreaker ult? Unfortunately, slightly not timed, but I mean, it was very close. I like the effort. And they do get the kill, but down goes Catastrophe to Durham Bong after the death. So unfortunate, but I think still good value there, especially if, as you rotate Seething up, he wants to get something out of this.
Yeah, the fact that Medusa dies there is huge. I like if you're Medusa, or if you have a Medusa in your team, the fact that he's not carrying 3 mangoes and the fact that no one else is carrying mangoes for him, it's just not okay. As a support or as a Medusa yourself, you have to carry mangoes because it's literally just it's so much HP in a 65 gold item. It's like triple the value of a fairy fire, which is ridiculous.
Also, I know I was talking before about how well we're going to see these heroes farm. Nazir had already caught up into second place, but then now the Invoker is just... They're swapping back and forth with that Invoker using the Midas, and they've really knocked Obnot out the running a little with that kill, so that was a really nice gank for Sitout.
Yeah, he's died twice now. Like he's had a good lane. He had two kills, 3 assists. That's really good. But like the 2 death, especially the one where he died with 26 charges to just a random profit ult, that hurts.
Yeah, I mean, that's very unfortunate, especially considering the gold for that goes to Nazir. Although some of the gold did go to Durham Bong, but I mean, that's
He's
kind
being
of
hunted here a bit, but
related,
they're
but not
both very
affiliated.
low.
Yeah, I mean, I think Nazir would quite happily welcome them coming down, especially with Wurzak coming
I mean,
in.
Scotty
We might
does
see a
have
kill
ult,
here.
so
Braxy going around the back. Yeah, we see the first reincarnation. Braxy still pushing in. He's looking for a shackles here. No, he's going to drop the snakes. The snakes don't manage to trap though. Now Seething coming in behind. Sunstrike though is going to get whirled, but just as the ult goes off, Seething coming in behind. They finish off Braxy. Now looking for Scotty. No reincarnate available, and down he goes. The Wraith trapped in the trees. No, it's going to get out. He's going to hit Nazir. Not for much though. But hey, it's
That
nice he
was
got it.
0 damage because of 3 things out of your. I mean, that was just
Bonus
way
218 damage at 13 minutes. My god, this man.
It's just you can't just drop the snake like that. You have to hit your shackle before you do it.
Yeah,
But you have to hex and then like be in range with the shackle when you drop the snake. He's struggling to keep up on Braxy. Doesn't have the mana boot sets, doesn't really have anything. He did get movement speed.
Oh,
Solo kill on the mid.
My god,
Invoke.
Catastrophe. Look at him go. I wish we'd caught that. He's going to be upset with me, but you know, he can go fuck himself. Seething
solo
coming in
kill.
there. They want to return something onto Scotty, who chased Catastrophe down the mid lane. Yeah, I mean, how much gold did he get for that?
Too much.
Just under 500.
500.
I mean, not...
Solid 500.
Yeah, I mean, good. It's good. Especially because it's
That's
going to
his
catch him
Mage
up a
Slayer
bit. Yeah. God, this boy loves Mage Slayer. I swear he builds it on every hero, other than Centaur, who he builds boots on. Durham Bong solo pushing the top tower here for Sitout. And I think they're going to respond here. Nazir coming in, drops the ult, and there it hits in the trees. Catastrophe running in to help out, and the kill finished by Nazir.
You have to use your spells in your like. He had a tango. You could have just walked out of that. And,
Yeah.
So not really. He had tango Cobalt Cup. You could have just moved away. It's perfectly fine to do that to greed a bit and like if you make them work for it, it's kind of fine. Even if you die,
Oh my God.
to make that play.
We've got
But that easy of a kill.
We got 4 Dormant Curios active. Oh, the gamble, the excitement, the potential. I can smell it in the air, Sylar.
I mean, I get excited when it's 20 seconds.
But Braxy can't smell it because he's dead. You can't smell when you're dead. Foul play keeping him alive a little longer, but 4 members of Sitout just taking him down in the jungle. They're playing very aggressive. I mean, you can see it. This was always the plan from Sitout. Like, they do their lanes, and after that, it's gank, 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 gank. Like, they just go on everything. They TP in
still
whenever
doesn't have
possible.
ult. He still doesn't have ult. No mangoes.
Do see a tornado come out from the Invoker. TP's coming out from GFG. We've lost Obnot, though, and a swap out to save Nazir from the macro pyre. Now we lose Durambog. Scotty going down. No reincarnation available. TP in from Braxy. He's straight into the pit. Does manage to make it up to the high ground, drops the snakes, now with the shackles onto Catastrophe. A lot of damage, though, coming onto him. I mean, a lot from Wurzak to support Zeus. Now they're going up onto the high ground, looking for Kamaya. Catastrophe diving deep. They're going to finish him off again with that Zeus. So much damage from a pulse 5. And Catastrophe barely escaping that tier 3, but he does. And that's going to be a 5-man wipe onto GFG. Spread out, so it doesn't quite look like it as they start respawning. But considering they didn't lose anything on Sitout, but I mean, huge on the gold.
I mean, yeah, that's just major. Like, every single core of Sitout is now miles above every core on GFG. Even Lulu Vengeful is now above the Wraith King 3 on Scotty. So he's just poor as hell.
And I mean, you're saying like the poorest member of their team is Wurzak, and look at how much damage he did in that last fight. Like, huge. He matched Catastrophe for damage. He did 1900 damage in that fight.
That's the Zeus support point. I mean, it just comes down to not having the ults, right? And everybody trickling in slowly. The only ult that was actually dropped there was the macro pyre, because Medusa had the skill ult there.
But now Swap comes out, Braxy caught in the pit, is going to make it away thanks to foul play. Not with no mana left, pops the ult to try and survive, but it's not going to be enough. Scotty just trying to run down Nazir, but now trapped in the trees. He's going to get clicked by Seething. Out comes the Firestorm. Oh my god, the mini-stun and the damage from Wurzak. They lose Catastrophe, I'm not sure where, but Durambog now coming in to try and help Scotty. Gets down the route onto Lulu, but Scotty's still in big trouble here. There's the Wraith Form as he goes down. And now changing their attention to Durambog. Caught in the pit, caught in the trees, caught in the death. Oh my god, Nazir gets taken down with the Sunstrike from Kamaya. Just chilling out in the bot lane. He wasn't interested in the fight. He just kept an eye on it and picks that up.
He killed Catastrophe bot, and now he killed...
Oh, that's where Catastrophe was.
The only one that's doing any work in this game is Kamaya. Like, Op is just dying instantly because he just refuses to buy any mango. Like, he gets swapped in and just dies. Braxy cannot help.
Yeah, I mean, the Manta might help somewhat. He needs to farm.
Yeah, basically, these calls are just too poor for what they...
But I mean, I think this is a typical scenario we see with actually quite a lot of carries, and you need someone on the team who's going to tell that carry, fuck off, I don't care that we're losing right now, you're no use to us, go farm. Because I think he feels like he needs to be helping his team, like they need to try and fight this, when in reality I think their plan needs to be to turtle. Like, they need to just protect the high ground, farm where they can, and try and stay in the game. Otherwise they're gonna lose it by giving away the kills.
Yeah, especially this early on when you have the incredible power spike that Unload has when he hits this level 4 pit, level 4 atrophy, all that kind of stuff. That just, like, if he gets all of his spells level 4, they all really, really get spells. So it's really hard to fight into him. It's only on the energy that the fact that he did die he did die to the Sunstrike, but the fact that he's so difficult to kill for them. Basically comes down to the Lulu Venge, which is doing a great job with the Solar Crest and the swaps to make sure that these macro pyres, these ice walls, they're stationary. And the Venge is the only reason this nature swap is not stationary. It can actually save from as well.
Now they're going for a tier 3. I'm assuming we're going to see a fort. They've got it available. Out comes the fort there. We did see an ice path as well. They've rotated 4 heroes back. Obnot on the way as well. I think Sitout are just going to back here. I'm guessing they look for Roche. They may be waiting for it to
they want to go
up.
again. They feel really strong right now, which could be a mistake. If we see good, but they're not set up. I know. Okay.
No, they have backed up.
Right quarter back
I'm with you. I think honestly they can probably just death ball this and keep pushing on the high ground.
No. It would have been very dangerous to go high ground there. Into Jakira, that is always something.
I guess you're into Jakira, you're into a Wraith King. We're yet to see. I don't think we've actually seen an ice wall from the.
We've seen it a bit, but it wasn't the shard
wall, so
it was kind of bad.
Yeah, and then the Aghanim's shard upgrades Ghost Walk. Is this the shard? No, the scepter is the ice wall. The shard is I believe it's the AoE Ghost Walk.
Nazir is completely alone here, and Kamrik has spotted him, but then Nazir has now spotted the Ghost Walk effect, but...
Oh no, it's not.
He's been caught.
They found Nazir. I've got the Sunstrike on the route, and that big old meatball, and down he goes.
That's a huge kill to find, just like that.
I have to be honest, so far, I don't understand why Kamaya's gone Korix.
Yeah, so far he's playing
He's playing Galaron.
Dire's middle
He's
tower
playing
is under
Galaron.
attack.
He's maxed Exhort, and rightfully so. Like, it's done good work for him. I don't know if someone's just mentioned it's been nerfed. Maybe he doesn't like maybe he didn't think that he'd want the Ags upgrade for it or something. So he's just thinking about the late game.
I guess, but like, yeah, so far the play style is definitely. I don't know how you would play. I haven't seen it enough. How you would play the Ice Float.
Well, you'd play
so
it as a
far
control invoker. You're not looking to do damage. You'd probably want to get something like a Gleipnir or something. You're looking to invis into the fights, get behind, drop your ice wall, that sort of thing.
The one we played again played Radiance with it. Like you played Radiance.
Like that works. Well, that's it. You go invisible because your shard upgrade is that your ice wall damage gets applied through with your
with
Ghost Walk slow. Yeah, so like you go invisible and you kind of just run around and then you drop your ice wall down. You're looking to slow them down, cancel ults, put down like cold snap, that kind of thing. You're not bothered about like damage. You're not a support, but.
So now maybe
they know they're in there. We saw the Sunstrike.
What could still be is the fact that he might have thought that he's Galaron because he switched last second, right?
That's true. Maybe he hasn't looked. Maybe he hasn't realized.
And maybe he's realized now that he's bought Axe and he's not getting Cataclysm. That he's like, oh, whoops.
Do I need to intervene? Do I need to send an all chat message saying, Kamaya, what facet are you?
No. Now that he has the Axe, he's definitely good. Because he cannot pass. Oh, he's being got on.
Nazir with the Aegis now going in. Seething comes in with the TP.
They
know he's there. There's the dust. And down he goes. I mean, that's rough. Like your Invoker was keeping you in these fights a lot of the time. I mean, they're looking now to go high ground with the extra man advantage through the Aegis, and there's no control coming out for GFG. I mean, what have they got? They got snakes. They got the Jakiro, but I mean that's burned through pretty quick.
I mean, yeah, you just got the Macrophore here.
Jakiro swapped out the other side. Snakes are down. Lulu now in trouble on the other side, but Durham Bomb goes down for it. And Lulu down as well. I mean, just a trade of supports there. We just traded the Pos 4s. No, Pos 4 for a Pos 5.
But the high ground is health, so like,
yeah, I mean,
for GFG.
Look, I mean, they killed Lulu. Lulu is like what, 6th on the net worth? I don't think that's a bad kill. Oh, but Braxy now in trouble as Catastrophe dives in. Oh my god, we got the Agonins on
very greedy
on that support. My god, but I mean, he's been doing so much damage. He's been involved in so many kills. I'm not surprised. Catastrophe does go down. Not a good trade there, I don't think, for Sitout. Catastrophe going in very aggressive.
These trades are not working for GFG. Obviously, the Medusa is going to win the late game. So.
You mean they're not working for Sitout? They are working for GFG.
They're not working for Sitout. This is dangerous to do. I mean, Seething maybe he could do a bit more. He's going for a Blade Mail now. I guess that's really going to go to Invoker. You can just sit in the Ice Float and I mean, the Invoker dies before you die.
This is also going to be, well, only if he's in range. If he's too far away, Invoker can drop the Ice Path and just walk away and be out of Blade Mail range.
Is that range-based?
It is, yeah. They have to be in range. I've looked at it before to see, because I've been wondering what I could Blade Mail on half of those threes. But I think if you check it, it's like 1,500 units or something.
Can't you just still run, just run around when you have Bloodseeker already dies no matter where he is? I thought it's not range-based, but maybe I'm wrong.
I think it is range-based. I think the Bloodseeker is generally just in there, like chasing you or something when that's happening.
Let's see.
I don't believe Pyrrhic Cloak is range-based, but I could be wrong. Out comes the Tornado, but a lot of damage coming out of Braxy. Foul Play gonna save him? Not quite. He couldn't make it out of the Nimbus. I mean, the Nimbus here on the Pos 5 is insane.
Yeah, he's had a really good game. He's died very little, and he's gotten involved in a lot of kills.
It's really giving that. It's really giving them that global presence that they want, even from the heroes like Zeus. Like, the only hero now who can't basically join the fight globally is Lulu on the Venge.
Yeah, everyone else will be there. Oh, Catastrophe getting got on.
Oh my god, Catastrophe getting caught again. Scotty now with the Blade Mail is able to sort of return a bit of damage to the He's walking into the Tornado. He's wanting to keep himself alive. Oh, the Sunstrike! Not quite enough damage to come through there. I actually don't know why. What did he have there? He was glimmered, but that's magic damage absorption, isn't it?
It's solo guardian. Just the fact that he just healed himself up.
No, he had a... I swear he had a barrier.
That was solo quest. That wouldn't have done anything.
Okay. He just didn't die. Fair enough.
Dire's bottom tower is hit.
Oh my god, Seething now in trouble as he gets 5-manned in the top lane. That is a mass amount of gold and all going to Obnot. Well, mostly going to Obnot. Huge. Look at him. He's moving up the net worth. I mean, honestly, Sitout bashing their heads against the tier 3s here, they could put them in trouble.
It looks like they're going after Dire's middle
And
tower.
if you wait long enough, like these two supports, the Jakir and the Shadow Shaman, have not been able to do anything in these games because they just die. Right, the Jakir can sometimes drop a macro play, but as soon as these guys start getting items that make them able to like avoid the pits with the 4-stars, or like get in position with, or just have the cast strength to avoid them.
Yeah, I mean, both building 4 stuffs here to save.
These
Also,
fights are just
Scotty
gonna
about to
get
come
a
out
lot more difficult.
on the Medusa, which is going to really... I mean, they're already taking down Catastrophe pretty convincingly, but that is massively going to help them take down Seething on that Chundalord. He's a big old boy chugging along. I mean, even just when we start to see this Wraith King actually get some items, if he gets an Axe... Do you know what I mean? If he gets an Axe, it literally doesn't matter if they lose a support, because Braxy can jump in, die, and still shackles someone for like 5 seconds.
I feel like GFG correctly identified the fact that they kind of can take this fight if they find someone here. They smoke out. Good tormentor taken by Sitout, but that will mean that some people have lost some HP. Yeah? I know they went as 5.
It's weird. They're
Ooh,
going
they spotted
through.
Drumnot.
The pit comes out.
There's
They
this
found
target there.
a second and another pit coming out. I'm not trying to do some damage. He needs to ult here. He has ulted. He does manage to regen some
Oh,
damage
this
with
is
the
bad.
stick, but it's not a lot. But down goes the Underlord and down goes Catastrophe on that Dawnbreaker. Obnot in trouble though. It's Nazir's on top of him, but out comes the stun. Obnot might survive.
Oh,
Lulu swapping out Nazir. He's then got the shield, but it's not going to be enough. And Lulu now in trouble as Obnot's just going to TP back to base. Lulu was looking to get away or maybe to find Obnot. I'm not sure which, but he's definitely in trouble now. Another stun and more damage coming out. He does have the glimmer, but down goes the sentry. And Lulu now shackles, and his fate is sealed. So they only lost to Durambong that fight, I think, or did they lose?
And,
Yeah,
and the
Braxis
Wraithing
there.
ult.
Yeah, but I mean,
Nothing more.
double
Like, you cannot go on Obnot anymore because of this. Like the new Skadi, with the amount of stats you gain from it.
huge.
He just tanks all of that. Like, you're running out of damage on Sitout. The only thing that really does damage on your team now is Nazir. So if he ever gets controlled, you're in trouble. And there is enough control on GFG to really...
More than enough control. I mean, they went in very aggressively on Obnot. I'm not sure if they realized the rest of GFG was like just done by that secret shop or not.
Yes, I don't think they did.
Nazir
I think they
coming
spotted
in
him on the ward and just went for him.
to get that wisdom there. Did he get the wisdom?
Catastrophe got it.
Yeah, but Catastrophe got their wisdom, didn't he?
Yeah, no, he didn't. He did not. He didn't.
So,
Kamo got it
Radiant's bottom
Oh.
tower is fallen.
when it's fallen.
but it's 28 minutes. Oh, it's well past 28 minutes. Fuck me, I'm being dumb. Don't mind me, chat. I'm only Archon.
Oh, Catastrophe, this is a very fast level. Oh
I
my
mean,
god, he's
this
just gonna
is
run into all of
Catastrophe
them.
through and through. He's going to walk into them. How did he see? Slow reaction from Scotty, but he does get the stun. Out comes the root. Sunstrike now coming down, but the BKB is up. Shackles goes out, though. BKB not going to be enough. He's going to try and observe out there, but the Hex! Down goes Catastrophe. My
He
god.
really got absolutely saved by the neutral creep, stunning 3 people there.
These neutral creeps can be incredibly tricksy, especially these new ones that people don't seem to quite realize stun.
Yeah.
I swear I've seen more, what are they called? The Swamp Boys?
The March Mages?
Yeah, I've seen more Marsh Mage stuns, I think, in like since they've been added, probably than I've ever seen Centaur stuns.
Oh, Thieving is going deep. Like, you don't have a Dawnbreaker here.
Yeah,
This is
Seething's now
so...
in, gets stunned. Out comes the Ice Path. Obnot now coming in. The pit does stop Obnot, but out comes the root from the Medusa. He's got no backup.
I mean, he's
Nobody
dead.
is coming in for. Oh, they are coming in for him, but they're not going to be able to do anything. Lulu looking for a swap.
This is going to be Sacred
Lulu-
Body Syndrome.
Oh, Lulu swapped Scotty instead. Now Lulu just in trouble in the same place that Seething was. Braxy does almost go down, saved by foul play. No, he's back as a Wraith. He does go down there. I'm not sure what to. There must have been some dot damage.
Oh, they've decided to go for someone else. But
Lulu! Oh, that Sunstrike taking him out. Nazir still possibly in trouble. We've got a stun up on Scotty. The rest of the team can rotate in. Oh no, the Marsh Mages, the Crocus coming in and getting that stun again. But Nazir now getting chased down by Obnot. He does manage to force staff down to the low ground. Wurzak and Catastrophe are up here. I think they want Scotty. I mean, I don't think he has Reincarnation up. He does not. Did he?
I feel like Sitout got away with a bad one there. Like they still lost.
Yeah, that should have been worse. Catastrophe though back in. This could be another kill. Kamaya, he's removed all of the man's mana. Does have some healing lotuses. That's gonna get some mana back, but it's gone again anyway. Here comes Seething TPing in. Nazir could TP in.
We see the ice float. Oh, the ice float. Let's go.
Oh my god, beautiful. Slows down the whole team in the chase. Pick goes down but doesn't catch anybody. But in the meantime, Nazir's just hitting down these racks. This is the issue with them going late game here, is Nazir can always rat this out. They've got to be on it.
Yes, it's so weird to see the small. I haven't seen those for 5 years.
What do you mean the small groups?
The small trends from Nature's Prophet.
Oh right, yeah.
The small Nature's Call, but yeah, he can rat, but there's enough. Like with the British Braxy Shadow Shaman, if he ever goes blink or if he ever like finds Nazir, he can very much die. So this is not a safe rat. It's not an easy rat to pull off, and with the global presence of the Sunstrike and the Brutes of Travel from the Invoker, you can always die on Nazir if he makes a mistake.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be on Braxy.
Yeah, this is the thing. They've got to return it with Kamaya in terms of the rat. They've got to rat back basically.
Yeah. And the important thing is because of the small treants now, it really you can't just go into like the middle of the map, spawn a tree, and just send it to the rat for the kill thing.
Oh, Seething in the same place,
Oh,
buddy.
what a
Learn from your
stun.
mistakes. Swap out from Lulu. They're looking to run. Out comes the Glimmer. Pit to behind. Wurzak does drop the Nimbus. They're going to manage to take out the Nimbus, but this Pit is going to hold them there long enough before Seething to make his escape. Rotation's coming in for Sitout, but I think everyone's just going to walk away here.
I would really like for Obnot to buy. He's got a Butterfly here, which is he just wants more damage, but I would love for him to buy a Hurricane Pipe because he's struggling to get out of these pits and he's struggling to get out of these sprouts.
Oh my god, is Catastrophe now going to get caught out of position?
No.
Sitout, just group together, stand near each other, boys. I know you're global, but it's not working out at the moment.
They can't really, they can't take these fights anymore. I think Obnot is too strong to take the fight into it. So
out comes the Tornado, EMP to follow up. That's going to be all the mana that Catastrophe has. Pit coming in with the portal, but I don't think Seething's committing to going through it. He's just going to use that as cover for Catastrophe to walk away. And GFG quite happy to walk away as well here, I think. You know, they've got their Wraith King back, sort of stopping the rat. Because Rat's back, and they have to back rat the rat back.
Excuse me?
You heard what I said. But the rest of Team Sitout coming in to look for this top tier 3.
This is where on Shadow Shaman you just queue up an agent. An axe. Oh, Catastrophe. They're actually hitting this tower?
Big EMP. There's no mana left on Seething now. Catastrophe teleporting out from the corner. If Braxy could find him, he doesn't find him in time, and that pit's going to help the rest of Sitout make their escape.
Oh, Braxy.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess he doesn't have any cast range. Like my man.
I feel like there's a lack of BKBs on GFG though. Braxy didn't have vision. That was the issue.
Yeah, but he knew that he saw him walking in there. He knew it was in there. He just tried to path in there.
To be fair, though,
he could have force-staffed into there.
If I'm Braxy, I've died 10 times already this game. I'm being cautious.
He's very scared.
Like,
he's very scared.
Dawn does a lot of damage still. You don't know how that fight's necessarily going. You don't have time to check everyone's mana like we do. I mean, you don't just want to run into the trees. You might just be trapped in a corner with a thick, a thick Dom mummy with a big hammer. Like, that's not going to go your way if you're a little chicken man.
Well, I mean, we've already talked about it, but that's not the worst scenario you could ever find yourself in. But in that case, you have all your on level 15 on Shadow Shaman. You have Hex and a Shackle, like the Hex especially. like a Dawnbreaker cannot kill her alone. Can you kill?
Dawnbreaker's just up
You
here
alone
taking this, and Scotty just no, get off my shrine, you bastard! Now the TP's coming in from GFG. Obnot's already here. Catastrophe could be in trouble. We see the ice path go out. It doesn't catch an Obnot. I don't think able to get that route off. But now looking to go in to defend the top tower. TP straight into the pit. Malice. Both going to get rooted repeatedly here. I mean, there's just no BKBs on GFG. There's a BKB on Kamaya, but nobody wants to use it just to walk through pit, it seems. They drop the ice flow, and
they're just not getting these catches. They're just struggling to get these catches. Braxy's just not in position currently. He's got cast range now, but I feel like he needs a Blink Dagger really badly. They've both gone Glimmer Cape full staff. I feel like one Glimmer Cape would have been enough. And you get a Blink Dagger on your Shaman, start actually playing this as a 4. Right now they're both playing 5.
Yeah.
He needs to be there to catch these guys, because once they get the catch, Obnob can definitely do the damage. Like, he has so much damage.
Everyone else has bailed, but Lulu staying strong on the Dormant Curio. That's they're on tier 3s now on Sitout at least, and still with the Dormant Curio. I respect it. I
don't know what you're looking for. I understand it. Like there's a few heroes that always want to do it, especially the Underlord. I would have guessed would have done it.
I don't think Underlord got it in the first place. Yeah,
I don't think he ever had it. Yeah.
I think there was 4 or 5 in total. I know Obnot had one, and he's now swapped that out, so we'll be getting bonus on the Serrated Shiv, I believe. See, I'm looking for Roche here.
All these heroes that want to get the blood right and really work with it, they want to kind of just greed for the tier 4 neutrals.
Yeah.
And if you don't get it, I don't mind. If you don't get the tier 4 neutral, just go for the tier 5. And,
honestly, I also think that keeping the Dormant Curio for something like Pyrrhic Cloak as well, from 75% damage return to 97.5%, and it returns it as physical damage, so that can be pretty devastating. As you know, if you're a magic damage team or something, and suddenly they've got a lot of physical damage coming back at them, nobody's built for that.
That's very true. I'm surprised that they just did this Roche too, because they saw it with the Sunstrike.
Yeah.
I guess they weren't really in position, but like they had a DD or an AD Medusa.
You don't. I guess there's a debate here, because you could put in a big ice path, a macrofire. They're TPing top here. They're looking for something. Durham Bomb possibly caught out. It's Glimmer. Down goes the pit though, and they see him. Down he goes with the Nimbus as well, but they've used a lot to come up here, and they only got Durham Bong for it. And Durham Bong does actually have buyback. Sorry, I pressed the wrong button here. Which one's buybacks? There we go. We've got buybacks on... Honestly, not a lot of heroes, not a lot of the cores I would have expected, but the fight is going to go on regardless as they're trying to take the high ground here. Scotty taking a lot of damage, but he starts Reincarnation up. Now
Actually, was an interesting move.
In trouble as they hold on to him, and Obnot just shooting at him. From basically from the stairs. Out goes the Sunstrike, but he's already dead on the Dawnbreaker. So one down each side here, but Durham coming back out soon. They still have the Aegis, but no mana on Seething, so Sitout going to decide to back off here.
Oh my god,
Kamaya's looking for more, doesn't manage to catch the Wurzag. Not the Wurzag, it's the Zeus played by Wurzag. Hey, you could call it the Wurzag.
He died on Dawnbreaker to the fact that there was a Shadow Shaman ward attacked him on the longest range possible, and that was flying behind him, and he still had Cold Snap on him. So he died to the Shadow Shot, the ward hitting him, and the Cold Snap triggering that kill.
I think even if that hadn't killed him, the Sunstrike was fairly bang on.
I think it would have worked.
I think it would have hit. Looking at the graph here, I mean, huge dip in the experience going the way of GFG, but then we're back up again towards Sitout, but we're leveling out a lot here. Nazir is in trouble, gets hit by the tornado, coming back down. There is a pit coming in. Oh, the force staff out is very big. Lovely Pike. He's trying to teleport out here. He's taking a lot of damage, but that healing from Catastrophe is just keeping him alive. Catastrophe, though, sacrificing himself here by the looks of things, as there ain't nobody coming through that pit. Not that pit, that portal. It's a pit portal at this point.
It's the pit portal. I mean, he took quite a long time to cast Lacrissy on Medusa, but yeah, this Medusa does enough damage to nearly kill you when you teleport out, and even BKB teleport, like,
he'd have
didn't
died
get anything from that.
If Catastrophe hadn't come in, he'd have died. And yes, you're right. Yeah. That's a BKB down for a while. I mean, what BKB is he on now? 7 seconds. Okay, I mean, not super low, but I mean, the cooldown alone is a problem for them. Now looking
I
to
really,
push in.
oh yeah, let's go. Medusa's going for the Hurricane Pike now. I've seen that this is online. I feel like the game's just won. I feel like the only way you win after that, after the Hurricane Pike's online, is ratting.
There's the rat. I think there's still the rat to worry about.
It's the rat.
Unfortunately for my dog, who's currently down for a nap, it's looking like we're going to have a long game here, so... This wasn't the night to have it, boys.
Seething might be getting caught. He's been hit by the
He
tornado.
does get hit by the
Might have to
tornado.
press
Out
BKB
comes the
here.
EMP. He does BKB. He didn't lose too much mana either, but he's going to make it away here. But again, BKB on cooldown. I mean, this is his first BKB.
And that's his 9-second charge.
That's painful. That is painful. I mean, Sitout have been banging their heads against the wall for a while here. What do you think? If they missed their timing, they need to play it differently?
Yes, 100%. I feel like they drafted for... I don't really know what they drafted for. They drafted for very early game damage.
They drafted for early game global, I think. They wanted to just bounce around the map and push lanes and gank people.
And they did that quite well. It's the only reason they're still ahead. But like, they've definitely missed their timing. They needed to, with that first Roche, go high ground without like dying. I don't know, how did they lose their first Aegis?
They didn't. I think it timed out.
It just timed out, right? They just didn't do anything with it. I don't know.
I mean, no, we got. Oh, it took 6 kills. They are taking another Tormentor here.
What's he going from Mjolnir?
Radiant's middle tower
I'm guessing just looking for the push, you know?
Get a Radiance, my dude.
He probably feels it's very late for a Radiance, but I'd argue it's very late for a Maelstrom.
Yeah. Oh, he's got the Giant Small though. Let's go. This crit does so much damage now.
It is on a 15-second cooldown, but I guess can he crit the crit and stack it?
Yes, he can.
I mean, that feels big.
It's ridiculous for PA. It's just always a critical hit, and it just does a lot more damage. You can use it with dagger as well. It's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Think.
Honestly, can I just say, with the kill still being like a lead for Sitout, and obviously the gold the lead for Sitout, GFG have been pretty trapped in their base, and I'm really impressed at how well Obnot has done to keep up on farm. Same for the Invoker, to be honest. Like, I don't know if it's all just coming from kills or what. It can't be, surely. But they've not given too much away. Like, they've not been caught out for farming way out of position. I mean, maybe Caster's Curse here. Obnot's pretty pushed up, but...
He can't really die anymore. Like, with the Hurricane Pike now, he can't really die.
His team's
and Catastrophe has to be very dangerous.
Catastrophe's in trouble here. I think Obnot's looking for him and just couldn't find him, and then he appeared on the way. They do manage to get him. Hex. Braxy trying to catch him. He is going to try and TP. His BKB is... Yeah, his BKB is long. Does Shackles go through BKB?
No.
No. Cool. I just wanted to check. I thought it looked like it did earlier, but I think his BKB actually just ran out.
But if that's not a 9-second BKB, if that's a 6-second BKB, he gets like the Shackles like the TP is not covered completely.
Yeah.
And he gets interrupted at the very end. But that was another 9-second BKB used to run away and TP out. The Nightfall BKB is actually something else. I don't know
TP
what
out
exactly
from Nazir. Pit comes down onto Obnot, but sort of a covering EMP, I suppose, from Kamaya there, as they want to get the 2 supports here, but I don't think they have a chance.
Oh, Lulu needs to be very careful here. Both of his cores just TP'd away, and he does not have a lot to get out. And this is a hit on the...
Big hit on the tornado. Out comes the ice flow. He's slowed. They must know he's in there. Kamaya doesn't seem to want to go in there just in case. Catastrophe
they're going in
though for the save. Catastrophe is in. Wurzag sort of sitting on the edge, not sure what he wants to do. A lot of damage coming out into Kamaya though, but he negates that Zeus ult with the BKB, so that's nice. Lulu does go down. Catastrophe now in trouble. Wurzag not really able to do anything. He does get hit by a couple of split shots as Catastrophe falls. So there's the split push coming in. The fucking the Rax is invulnerable. What's it called?
Glyph.
Glyph. They fucking glyph for it. Good job, boys. Disarm coming out from Kamaya. I think he needs to start using that a lot more. I don't think we've seen enough Deafening Blasts, to be honest. Nazir comes back in. He desperately wants to finish this Rax. Here comes Durham Bomb, though. There's the ice path. The Rax lives for the moment. Durham Bomb doing what he can. He might be in trouble, though, if Nazir just comes out and right-clicks it. But there's a lot of damage coming out of Kamaya, to be fair. BKBs, that basically makes Invoker unfortunately able to do nothing. And a very late TP back from Obnot just to deal with the creeps. But the Rax has gone.
I mean, all of that for 1 Rax. Is that value?
I don't know. He didn't die. I mean, I know the others died in a separate fight, and Nazir kind of took advantage of that. So you could argue they died for the Rax. But really?
Please get a blink dagger.
I
You
mean...
need to catch this. Like, if he ever catches this... Oh, Kamik has caught him though, and BKB is not on cooldown. He's dead.
Come back to us. Come back to us, Silo.
For fuck's sake. I've leaned back a bit. He's just caught. How does Nazir get out of this?
You sound so much worse when you lean back, by the way. Chal will agree.
Insane.
But here we go. Here comes all the disable onto Ian Nazir. No Aegis available, and down he goes. A lot of gold there for GFG. Now only a 5k lead. They've scraped this back from what, like a 15k lead at max or something like that? I mean, madness. Madness here. Big old turnaround.
And
Yeah,
Brax is getting a blink dragon. Let's go.
There's like a 16k lead at one point. My God, sir.
I mean, yeah, this is just the nature of the draft, right?
I think we're seeing great play from GFG.
They've held on really
You're
well.
right, it is definitely the draft, but we've seen very few fuck-ups. I think I can't remember who the actual guy is. It's in the Sitout chat. Nazir himself posted it. It's something along the lines of, we only have to get lucky once, they have to get lucky every time. But GFG, in this context, is getting lucky every time. And I wouldn't even say it's luck. They are playing phenomenally.
I mean, it's just on Kamik, right? He kept them in that mid game really well by
He
hitting
really
a lot
did.
of
But I mean, it's also his job. That's what he's there to do. They had a bad lane in the other lanes. Mid laner comes through. And I mean, great job by him. Obnot also farming his way back into this game, picking up good items. And I mean, Wraith King getting the axe. It kind of feels a bit like support Wraith King when you just like gun it down for the axe. Like, all you're making sure is that the rest of your team survives, but when you gotta do it, you gotta do it. Catastrophe in trouble again. BKB gonna TP out, and it is still long enough. I mean, which BKB was that? Was that his... That was his 8-second, I think.
Yeah.
So...
It was only second, yeah. I mean, yeah, these BKB, but like, if you ever get caught, and now Braxy has this blink tag, if you ever get caught with an insta-hex,
yeah,
you are disabled long enough for not to go. And they do see thieving here.
They see Seething under vision. They're going to come in for it. Scotty looking to get the stun. Scotty got BOT. Still no blink, but like he's still got his calling blade for the natures.
And Brax
Lovely
is like,
ice flow,
oh.
but there's the BKB and a BKB TP.
They're doing the Nightfall plays. He's still channeling the
That was his 8-second BKB as well, I believe. I mean, how long is a TP? Is a TP 5 seconds? Is that right?
It's 3 seconds. So if you can always BKB TP out, but
well, as long as nobody else is TP'd to that location right ahead of you.
If you TP base, it always works because base doesn't have that rule. But if you ever, like what we saw bot is, if you ever have any hesitation on that TP out, you cannot.
Catastrophe here again. I mean, you can hear the crack in my voice because I can't believe it. I know he's getting away with it, but Kamaya, he's looking for something.
Does that BKB this time?
Just go
fails
for
to get on
Kamaya. I think
low
Kamaya can kill him. Like,
it is hard. He doesn't
sure
do that much damage.
I guess he's got to be aware that the rest of the team can come in, but there comes all the spells. Deafening Blast. There's the meatball. He is taking some damage from this Nimbus from Wurzag and Nazir coming in to finish him off. Yeah, that's what you got to be aware of, is these global abilities from Sitout can still come into play for a
BKB
one-man
way too
game.
late and did a lot of damage with Blade Mail. Did 700 damage with Blade Mail to himself.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. I thought it was from the Nimbus.
And Nazir go for Braxy. Braxy in triple.
Ooh, he does manage to glimmer. Doesn't even use foul play yet, so he still has that available if anything else comes out onto him. Nazir now TPing out. Yeah. Stun does come out onto Obnot, but now I think Sitout gonna have to back off as Nazir is away. I mean, what level is Nazir? 26. He's got the like instant TP. He can TP wherever he wants now.
Pull roots and run.
Yeah, he has no cooldown TP. So this is where Rat Data really starts to work.
Yeah.
And this is where Braxy has to start looking out for him. This is all on the Shadow Shaman to really find this Nature's Prophet in a bad position and just hold him down until Obnot's there. Which you can definitely do as a shaman this late in the game.
I mean, we need smokes. They've got him on the supports on GFG. You know, we need to see him used. Smoke up, get through with that vision. I mean, honestly, same for the other side. Lulu's got a smoke. We got a smoke on Wurzag. No smoke on Wurzag. So I'm sorry, Wurzag, you're getting called out here. Every other support in the game has a smoke.
Oh, and we now have Bash on Scotty.
I will
Let's
say,
go.
Wurzag is smoking just as effectively as every other support in the game, despite not having a smoke in his inventory. So
we're now going to see this. Scotty's now building what's it called, Abyssal Blade. So soon these BKB TPs out. If Scotty's anywhere near, which he isn't yet because he doesn't have a blink, but as soon as he has those 2 items, he can now cancel BKB TPs. Once he has that, or if he's just lucky with a bash currently. So we're going to see a lot more death coming out from Sitout because I think they will take a while to realize that fact.
Yeah, I mean, saying that we're still not seeing any push from GFG.
They are very timid
to get on this Medusa. Going for the butterfly? No, sorry, the disperser.
Yeah, he's going to disperse. I feel like at this point you just get a moonshot and start. I don't know, give Scotty a moonshot as well.
He gets some more agi. Does Medusa still gets armor, right? Still gets like the armor reduction from physical.
Ooh, good TP. Nazir in trouble.
They have found him, but he is going to be heavy TP out.
The long tangle, I love it.
Honestly, I think they reach a point eventually, surely, where they just have enough damage to kill him. But I don't know.
He would need to go Daedalus on Medusa for that. I don't know if he wants to.
I don't think he's going to drop anything. I mean, the only thing he really drop is this Hurricane Pike. They're in Roche again. They're in Roche, in the bot lane. GFG is in the triangle, and they're not going to contest. He already roared.
Oh, he does already roar.
They know that they're there, but they don't seem to care. They don't want it.
They're so scared of this Nature's Prophet rat.
Maybe they just go for a push.
Yeah, they go for it now. They go for it now.
I'm pretty sure they've
just saw the Roche.
They've got buybacks mostly. Well, they're very close anyway.
I think they use some capacity. Ooh, it's Durambong in trouble.
I couldn't even tell you where this fight's happening. I just know Durambong is in a pit and he's in trouble. Braxy also quite low. Scotty coming in to try and help out. Durambong now a Wraith, but out goes the Ice Pass from the Wraith regardless. Seeding BKB his way all the way to the back line. Now in trouble from Kamaya. Out comes the Ice Flow though, but Nazir is going to try and take down Kamaya. Scotty up for his second life after the reincarnation is going to finish off Seething. Now Nazir in trouble. The supports are still alive for Sitout and not for GFG. So
and Nazir tried to keep out of
BKB is down. Out comes the cold snap. Chase down. Down he goes. Okay, only the supports remain, whereas GFG has all of their cores. They are having to stop a push here on the bot lane. They maybe need to try and balance out this lane a little bit. But, I mean, Medusa in the mid lane just looking to push that one down. Does he need to worry about these 2 supports?
No, not at all. He does not give a shit. Yeah, we saw the Nazir press BKB, and then he thought about fighting for 1-2 seconds. Then it was like, okay, I can't fight this, I'm going to TP out, and Breakthrough just stunned him, and the moment the BKB ended, the stun was like, there was still 0.2 seconds of that stun, so his BKB got cancelled, his TP got cancelled, and then he's just dead, and that's the nature of him having so many BKBs to TP away from so many engagements before.
Also, just to point out, we see a Pyrrhic Cloak here on the Medusa. It doesn't mention any range. But if I take a quick look...
Yeah, that for sure didn't do range. I don't know how it works with the mana shield though.
The Pyrrhic Cloak?
I guess it is just... It does
damage,
apply
so
before resistance.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
Just incoming damage.
I'm afraid Radiant's middle tower is under siege.
I mean, they're pushing for a mid tower here. They want a Rex. They honestly, I think they need a Rex. They don't need it with this push, but they need it soon.
The fact that Scotty's in here is a bit worrying. He does have TP in 5 and all these 5 seconds.
Oh, they're coming in with the pit, but out goes GFG. There's nothing left for them to catch here.
The double full stop to get him out of the pit, and that just counters Seething's entire plan. Like, the entire plan of Seething is countered by 2 full stars.
I mean, they're still going to get him off, and they can only 4-staff 2 people, so, or 1 person twice.
Yeah, but they're not going to stick. Like, I'm not convinced by this underlord mid. Let's say that. Like,
I think it's good, but I think you're right that the timing is just a little missed here.
Okay.
If you look at the last fight we had by the Roche pit, and this pit just went down on the stairs here, like it was good. Like it really held the supports in place, and it really split the fight up. It just didn't quite work out for them in the end, the way they split the fight up. I think because Seething just popped his BKB to walk all the way through the fight and then died. But this is a big
refresh roll for the.
I mean, somebody pick up the Roche shard. Somebody pick this shit up, please. It pains me so much when people leave it on the floor. I'm forever telling my teams like,
there's no mobile hero.
I don't care. They don't have vision. They don't. No, they have the golems up there. Okay, they have the forge golems. I'll give them that.
But like, even if you leave it on the floor, someone like it. Honestly, you're fine losing a Roshan's banner if someone comes in and dies for it. Are you happy with the
Maybe
buyback?
it upsets me, okay? Just pick up your loot, boys. You killed the boss.
Are you by any chance a Diablo?
We can divvy it up later. I've only played Diablo 3, to be fair. It was a long time ago.
So he swapped out the shield blade. I don't know what he does on not now. I feel like you just give a moonshot to yourself and then to your Invoking and to your Wraith King, who's still very far behind. This Wraith King still get a lot of items. He still has a Quelling Blade to deal with the Sprout, I guess.
Honestly, I feel like if I'm not here, then I'd swap out my boots. But Catastrophe is on him. He does have Aegis, and it is only Catastrophe here. Again, keeping in mind Sitout's like sort of global ability. Honestly, that might have been their chance to kill Obnot.
I feel like you never get rid of the boots just simply because they are so scared of this rat, which hasn't done anything. Ever since that barracks has come down, I don't think any of the towers have taken damage. Maybe the top tower a bit.
No, my point of swapping out the boots is currently the only place he's TPing is back to his own base, where he has buildings and TP like locations. So, like, he doesn't need the boots to TP there.
I feel like
he loses a lot of speed, which does, I guess, affect the push. So I'll let that go.
Selling the boots and getting a swift blink instead, and the disperse is obviously also a movement speed. So
I get him not selling the boots.
I can see how that works
Because of the rat, but also they're looking at this point of like they get a lane or two, then they hold a fight on their base, or they get a kill on someone ratting them, and then he has the ability to TP out into a lane and just like push it out, and get buildings for that. That's the value in the boots here. I think he sells the pike. I don't think he needs the pike.
He definitely needs a pike. It's one of the most important items he has against this Underlord.
I know. Get some more yeah, fair enough. I'm just thinking of him getting more damage really, so that they can just end these fights quicker.
Maybe the disperser could do enough against the Underlord, but I feel like you just want the pipe. I guess we're waiting for 60-minute rune items.
I'm more thinking you rely on your supports for the save, but
no, you can't. I mean, as a Medusa, you cannot do that because they will never be close enough to you.
At this point, anything he swaps out will get. Like, I feel like most of his items are like debatable. Like, you can make a decision or an option here. Like, it's optimizing what he wants to get out of the hero.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, he's fully slotted. He's over slotted currently. He got a big
at this point.
You got a big old pastry off for Roshan, and he doesn't have anywhere to put it.
Yeah, in 3 minutes he gets the Divine Regia, and then we're all fine.
Sorry, the Divine what?
Divine Regia? Regalia? I don't know.
Oh, the Regalia. I thought you
Regalia.
fucked up. I just thought you fucked up saying rapier or said it in the wrong language.
No.
I really wasn't sure.
The Regalia. Is it called Regalia? I thought it was called
Regalia. Regalia or Regalia.
So yeah, if he gets that, that's gonna be his damage sorted. I feel like he could also just swap out the Skardis or the Manta, just get a rapier for it.
Regalia is like stuff you'd wear, but sort of it has like royal connotations. So it's like crowns and I don't know, like royal jewelry or a scepter or something.
The divine accessoire, basically.
Yeah, like the king's regalia.
Well, this is going to be my first. If they don't end it here, because it's
they
a
get
good
a hex
catch.
out onto Catastrophe. Out comes the root, there's the ice flow, now running in. Swap out comes from Lulu. Lulu now in trouble, but in comes the pit. Durham Bong just running into the edge of the pit there. I'm not quite sure why.
Oh, Catastrophe is not TP'd out.
Nobody's coming through the pit. The portal is here to provide the pit, but Catastrophe now in trouble in the ice path and the shackles. They, kind of belt and brace that one, but, it is what it is. Not to worry, not to worry. Oh, they were actually very nearby. I didn't quite realize where Seething had put the portal down from. But again, a portal for the sake of the pit. He's really having to use this as save for his team. It's not the most insane cooldown, 1.5 minutes, but they can't use it to rat. They can't use it to push because every single time someone gets caught out, Seething has to drop it just to put a pit down.
Yeah, for sure. It's very troublesome. They just didn't get enough early on, so these rats are not dangerous because there's only one lane to control. The other lanes are
TP coming in from Nazir behind. Oh, he throws an auto. They know he's there. He's now panicked to CB out. He does get stunned. Out comes the ice path. This could be it. I don't think they've got any follow-up. Can he BKB? He could BKB and go for the TP, but he's taking a lot of damage. Out comes the swap from Lulu. My God, the saves, my man. Ult from Wurzag, not going to do enough. More of a deterrent than anything. Lulu in trouble here as the macro pyre comes down. Now trying to run the other way, just trying to kite them out and distract them, really. Tornado from Kamaya, sorry, does catch Wurzag. Why do I think to keep thinking Scotty's playing Invoker? He's never played it. pit here to save. They do take down Lulu on the back. Obnot just looking to push towers here. He doesn't really care about the pit, and he certainly doesn't give a shit about the fucking what's it called? The fire thing? Firestorm? Firestorm's
Firestorm,
yeah, max health.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a shit. Succeeding, putting down another pit, still trying to hold. Alacrity though now out onto Obnot on this Medusa. I mean, this is like a max level invoker, so he's getting a lot there. Nazir just going mid. Did we see the base race here? I mean, we could see TPs, we could see defense. There are thoughts going out on Radiant. Nothing available for Dire. They're gonna lose a Rax with this. You're losing a Rax. Go for some buildings. Stop fighting. If they get 2 Raxes here, though, like, it evens things out, and I think that's still good value for the Dire here. That's all they're losing. I mean, Ian is here looking to go for more. He's looking to track them back here. We see a buyback on Lulu as they look to hold. I mean, a lot of the heroes. There is another Fortify or another glyph put on by the
Radiant. Oh, this is really bad.
Rax. Oh my god, the fight here. Durham Bomb goes down. Obnot trying to do damage to them back, but he doesn't have a lot of mana left. He's going to run through the Nimbus. Scotty with no reincarnation available. He's into Wraith form.
He's in trouble.
Back on the other side, trying to take down Azir, who BKB TP's out. He's a chicken. He can't make it. He surely falls. Last hit coming from Kamaya takes him down. Obnot now trying to escape. He could take down Catastrophe here, but he's not quite aware, or he's too scared. Rightfully so. He's very low, and he doesn't want to die. Buybacks available for everybody who is currently dead. Other than that, buyback-wise, no buyback on Seething. He's a mile off it. No buyback on Catastrophe, and Lulu has used his.
I mean, he's got 13k gold on Medusa. He can just buy whatever he wants.
Yeah, I mean... The fact there are buybacks available on GFG and barely any available for Sitout is worrying. I mean, Seething's quite a lot of gold off his buyback. No, not anymore. He took a few creep waves. He's basically there.
Yeah. It is... these buybacks come out pretty damn quickly. That, I feel like, was a really good trade for NZ, because if that happens again, if they again ignore him for a good 2 minutes in this base,
it is a shame
they might be in
that
trouble.
He died. Like, they really need to get a pick or a fight where they either kill him or a couple of the other players so they're not getting as so there's not the defense available for them to protect the base. Honestly, I think the big one is they would have traded like 1 Rax for 2 Rax and would have evened out the lanes basically for GFG, but only if they didn't have a glyph available on Sitout. They got their glyph back from that melee Rex 9.
Alright, I'm looking at items. 60 minutes items are online.
Oh my god, Kamaya in trouble. TP's coming in. They're looking to get him. He has BKB. Oh my god, how many BOTs are there on GFG?
There's 2. There was Scotty and Obnot have.
Yeah, I was going to say, they both started TPing in, and then Obnot decided to cancel it. As he was basically right next to the Invoker by the time he would have TP'd in.
Alright, who's the first to get their item? It's gonna be Seething, very likely, if he gets another creep cam on that. We're still waiting for the first 60-minute items to come out.
I mean, I'm excited. There are no Dormant Curios available here, so...
That would be insane. Oh, these towers die so quickly.
They really do. I mean, this Alacrity is huge. He's got the Moonshot on him now. I mean, what actually is his attack speed without Alacrity? 546. I don't think it can go much higher. What's max attack speed? Is 700, right?
I think something on that, yeah.
I think it used to be something weird in the 600s, and then they just changed it because they realized it was dumb. I mean, what are we getting out of Alacrity here on attack speed? 130-ish?
Alright, the first item, 60-minute items, is on Catastrophe with the Helm of the Undying.
Oh.
He's now also got a Wraith King hold for him.
Helm of the Undying is such a dumb item. Like, I genuinely think it is ridiculous. It is the best tier 5. I'll add an arguably in there, but like it is so good unless you're GFG here with a Wraith King eggs. I mean,
okay, does Obnot have the Divine Regalia though? He's not shown it yet. He's still looking at something. I feel like he would have chosen.
He doesn't get it. Spider Legs, Unrelenting Eye, Book of the Dead. He has been fucked.
I mean, he does get a reroll.
Yes.
Later,
you don't
get a reroll for like 10 minutes, do you?
Yeah. Then he doesn't even have good, like, he needs to take base attack damage, I guess, but like all of these are really bad.
He's gone Unrelenting Eye. I can't actually see the other one on the thing. And Audacious. Honestly, the magic attack damage is pretty good. And the extra attack speed with Alacrity, he is now maxed. You still give him the Alacrity, even though he's not maxed yet. He'd only need another, what, 54? But you still give him the Alacrity because it's the damage as well, right? And the fact that you get him to literally max attack speed.
We have the Minotaur Horn on Kamayik. He now has a free BKB.
Stygian on Scotty. I think that's nice.
That's really good. That's really good for pushing. It's really good for getting up the
I don't know
lanes.
what his other options were, but like it is very nice.
We need cast range on these supports. Let's see if they get it.
We do. I mean, this is the thing. Lulu and Wurzik
Braxton can
both.
take the Divine Regalia.
Oh no, it wasn't Lulu. Lulu has Magnifying Monocle. Oh, he's kept Magnifying Monocle at tier 5, and then taken the 350 cast range. Oh, and what? Apparently, because he kept the Magnifying Monocle, he's kept his Boundless. So he actually gets a bonus 162.5 attack range from that, and then 350 cast. He's got massive attack range. I'm very jealous he's not a punch right now. That would be so funny.
That swap rate is the entire screen. You literally can swap anyone with the edge of the
Oh
screen.
my god, yeah. That's
pretty
madness.
damn big.
Now they're attacking Radiant's middle barracks.
They are just going for the barracks here. They're going to get it. I mean, they've evened things out in terms of lane aggression. And they can go bot if they want, really. Like, they just need creeps in. They don't need creeps to tank the tower. He's
I
gonna
really
go
like that.
Oh, Not's just going. He doesn't give a shit. Nazir is TPing to go for the base. Nobody's coming through that portal. That's just there for the pit. They're going to get megged here. I mean, Nazir's not going for megas. He doesn't have a lane of creeps.
Yeah, there's
back door. There's the megas. Pits are coming down left, right, and center. And GFG just going to back up here. Yeah, they're TPing back to base. They're just going to look for Nazir, who's going to BKB TP. They can't stop him.
Oh, that was so close. Scotty could have stopped it.
Oh, I've also just realized, I thought Scotty had the refresher shot, but it's not. It's on the Invoker.
Braxy in trouble.
Now Braxy does go down. Obnot could be in trouble here. We got no TP to come in to help him, but he's pretty fast, I'll be honest. Oh, and so's Kamaya, who's literally here. They get the root. There's no BKB available on Nazir. He's taking a lot of damage from the spells there on Invoker. Out comes a pit and a Gluttony to try and hold them in place. Looking like Scotty's going to fall here, but he does still have Reincarnate. My god, no, he doesn't. The Helm of the Undying coming into use as they absolutely melt Catastrophe. They do manage to finish off Scotty's first life with the MP ult from Nazir. Lulu barely making it away. They're looking to chase. Wurzak just took out the mini stuns to try and keep them in that pit of malice. I mean, this could spell trouble. There's no buyback on Catastrophe.
GFG can just walk it down. They can just walk it down. There's
go in
nothing
the end, right?
can do. They've been able to walk it down for like 17 minutes.
There is a rapier
but
on
now
Nazir,
they truly feel
as chat calls out. Nazir would Helm the Undying in a rapier, but I don't think he dies here. I just don't think he fights it. Like, I don't see him coming in and the fight being long enough. But as we see some swaps, there's a pit here. Scotty's getting low. Scotty is going to fall. Now into raid form. But they kill Lulu for it. Lulu now only up as an illusion. Nazir takes a lot of damage. He does BKB, but he can't do anything. He dies. Which GG must have been called because they weren't attacking the base.
Yeah.
I think we missed it.
The Medusa was just attacking the base.
It was just the split shot. Okay, my god,
it was just the split shot that killed Nazir.
I told you we were here for upset, chat. I told you. My god. Game 1. GFG could do it. They are on the road to victory.
I mean, nice out drafting. Really nice out drafting. I love the support tier, and I love the idea of just saying, okay, they obviously want to play quick. Let's play this real slow.
I've got to eat my words on that Medusa pick. I said I didn't like it. It really came in clutch for them. I was
really happy they didn't send it through.
I think I just thought they would lose before the Medusa started giving them value, to be honest. Like, they held very well. I thought this Prophet would kind of do more damage quicker, or like do enough damage for long enough that they'd managed to just take them down before the Medusa got items.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I feel like it's just a nature of these two other support cores that you have with the Prophet, that they just don't do enough damage.
See,
I tried to fix that by picking Wurzak with it, but it was obviously a shit ton of damage on the Zeus. How much did it do in the end? Probably a lot. 35,000 only.
Just taking a look at the graph here, it was like The advantage went slightly to GFG because they got those early kills, and then it just gradually built for Sitout. Then swayed a little bit back. It started to plateau out a bit. I think that was when GFG stopped just running into fights and started just trying to hold their high ground instead, rightfully so. And then it crawls its way back with a little couple of maybe mishaps along the way. But it's a very slow sort of leveling out back and forth, and then dips massively for GFG just when that Medusa starts absolutely demolishing everything they have going for them.
Yeah, big shout out to Kamayuk for like, if I'm looking at the damage currently, and he's only done 1,000 damage less than Medusa in this game as an invoker. I feel like he could have done more damage if he went for the other facet. Like I feel like he never use the ice float at all. But maybe I just didn't see it. But like he carried them through the mid game and then continued doing damage into the late game. Especially this Hex called out Nazir so many times and made so much trouble for these rats running around the map. He just continued finding people. Like well played on Kamayuk. They will very, very, very much, or very, very likely ban the Invoker next game because you cannot allow this combo to happen again. It is.
Yeah. I mean. Just looking at like the damage dealt, like Seething just didn't manage to get enough damage.
Yeah, Seething did. I'm completely unconvinced by this Underlord.
I think he got a little bit hamstrung by his teammates getting caught out. I mean, Catastrophe for one, we've seen him do it a lot. It is kind of his main drawback as a player. He just ends up in these lanes on his own, like really far pushed up and out of position without vision, and he gets caught out. And every time we started seeing him or maybe Nazir get caught out, Seething dropped the portal but wouldn't go through. He'd drop it for the pit, and that just meant that they didn't have sort of this dynamic movement that they were supposed to with the Underlord. Like, I don't know if maybe when they were first trying to take high ground, they should have just gone for something really bold and TP'd in behind the towers or something, but...
I'm going to look at the graph and see if I can remind myself of where it all went wrong. It's like it went wrong. Which one is this? Took Tormented and I guess it just died. No, I don't know. They just fizzled out. They just stopped playing aggressive. Like, Sitout was doing really well to like minute 28. And then they just... I don't know what made this happen because there weren't a lot of kills. Like the kills only came back in for Team GFG. Oh no, Kamo found a lot of kills. Never mind. There was this quad kill at minute 28 that just made the entire game. It's when they pushed high ground, got that one tower, and lost 3 people for the Jakiro.
Yeah.
And just wasn't worth it. And that happened 3 times, right? 3 times.
Yeah, I mean, there was some really good early team wipes and early kills for Sitout, and they looked very promising. I mean, the amount of damage coming out of Zeus early on, they were making use of their draft, but yeah, they pitted out, and they unfortunately had nowhere to go.
I'm going to be interested. It's the second lobby already up.
I couldn't see it, but I mean, honestly, very well played from GFG. Like, very well played. Genuinely impressed. Like it wasn't looking good early.
I mean, this is keeping GFG's hopes and dreams alive to get into the playoffs. They are playing for the win, and Sitout needs to now start. This is where you start worrying. If they lose this next game, it's out of their hands. They cannot. They have to hope and pray that GFG does not do the same to Spherical.
I swear to God, if GFG bring this back, this is going to be insane.
It would be fitting with the name of the tournament that GFG performs well in GFG and does. If
you win your own tournament, it looks bad though. I mean, there's not a prize, so that
if you win it like this, it doesn't. That's the key, right? They this might have just been an elaborate ploy where they play badly early on and they're like, oh, okay. We're not winning our own tournament. We didn't rig this in any way. And now everybody's been like, okay, they now have only one chance to win this. And now they've just turned it on. Now they've rigged everything. This was set up from the start. And
do we need the tournament police to have a look at this? Like, do we need to make sure that sort of all the players are joining from the correct IPs and, you know, get camera footage to make sure that they're at their desks playing? Like, is Scotty really Scotty? Is Ob not really up?
I mean, most of them. The only one I would actually question is Kamuk actually Kamuk, or is there a little bit like Miracle is not a Dreamland league, right? And GX is playing with a standard instead of Miracle, and we just saw an amazing Invoker performance.
We did
I'm
just see
saying.
a miracle, so yeah, I mean maybe. I'm just looking. Sitout actually has. They've got an extra player in then. Oh, it's Vi. Vi's just. I thought they had a coach in with them, so giving them some tips, but it's just Vi. I'm not sure Vi's going to be able to provide helpful tips. That Vi being, very good save player. Do not get me wrong, but I don't think it was sort of the support save where they were having issues that game. Yeah, I think Lulu really put himself out on a line there every single time and didn't always die for it. Like when we look at the deaths. Like, Lulu's deaths should be massive for the amount of times he just swapped himself in somebody's place to save a core. But he died 8 times. Catastrophe died 14 times. Like, that's where that's where the farm came for GFG.
Yeah, early on, the Vanish swaps were never punished because the damage was just not there yet.
Yeah.
Medusa wasn't doing any damage. Scotty didn't have anything to do damage. And Kamuk had already dumped his entire combo on the one that he swapped out. So you were kind of safe to swap in, and only in the late game when the Medusa started becoming this incredible turret.
Yeah.
Where the swaps instantly punished by a death because you're just taking these.
Yeah, I mean they really did try to punish it. Chat calling out the Octarine core on Prophet. I'm guessing just for more ult, more trees. I don't know.
It's more ult into more trees. It's basically just keep it pushed out. Also not a fan of it, but it also means more BKBs, right? More TPs,
yeah.
More BKBs. I guess that could work.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was going to do tons, but I don't think it's a bad item. Admittedly, he could have gone more damage, I guess. Like, we could have seen a Daedalus, but, I mean, he did go to Rapier, so he was definitely doing the best he could to kind of hold them in that game. Yeah, I think they struggled to push. Could they have base raced if they had more guys with BOTs?
Not really. I mean, they could have tried
a
a Fnatic move where you just send everybody in with the Underlord. Like,
yeah, that's kind of what I mean. Could they have just put everybody into the enemy base and just gone for the towers and just tried to beat them in a base race and hope somebody... Because, I mean, at that point, you either base race or you call their bluff. But you kind of have to... You got to pick one. You can't half and half. You need every bit of... If you're in a base race, you need every bit of damage you can get. Either back at your base, like, winning the fight, or in their base, taking their buildings. Oh, client out of date. Chat, we'll be right back. Okay, as you may have been able to hear by the Dota music coming through in the background, we are back. I will get Sila and we will try to get into this lobby again. Ugh. Yeah, Scotty did message me, giving me the password, and I was like, nope, there's an update. Every time I read Scotty or say Scotty, all I think is the song. You know the song from is it from Road Trip or something, or Gap? What's the
What?
film called?
I,
You know,
I do not know the song.
Scotty doesn't know that Fiona and me do it in my van on a Sunday. She tells him she's at church and she's on her knee. No, I can't remember the lyrics. But that's all it reminds me of. I'm sure at least some people in chat know the song. But every time I see Scotty, I just Scotty doesn't know. Although I suppose it's a different Scotty. I'm not sleeping with his girlfriend. Scotty doesn't know that Obnot and me go into off lane on a Sunday. He tells him he's offline, but he's in my lane. He's supporting me, and Scotty doesn't know. No, Scotty doesn't know. So don't tell Scotty. Don't tell Scotty. Scotty doesn't know.
It sounds a bit like Stacy's mom one.
I mean, it's a similar genre.
Similar
It's
vibe.
the same genre, I suppose. But it's I can't remember who the song's actually written by. But it's written for a film. The film I can't remember. It's like a typical like 2000s teen like raunchy comedy sort of thing. Kind of like. It's a bit tamer than American Pie, but in a similar vein. And the cameo, the lead singer of this like high school band is Matt Damon, and he's like proper punked up. It is phenomenal. Euro Trip, I think that is right, Psychovert. It's brilliant. It is brilliant. Yeah, just gonna rewrite the whole song for. There's been rumor. This is breaking news, chat. There is rumor of a Top Goon episode for the GFG. Just saying, the name has been thrown out there. Whether it materializes is yet to be seen, but fingers crossed. I'll just just do a full rewrite of Scotty Doesn't Know, but it's all about our Scotty, GFG Scotty, tournament organizer Scotty. Sorry, I'm just quickly reading a message while we have a second. We are now in the lobby, though.
Currently watching the clip of that song.
It is the best cameo
better,
ever.
It's better than I thought from what you sang. The song actually sounds kind of good.
I didn't do it bad. There's no instrumental behind me. I mean, come on, man, give me a break. I will attempt to do the GFG Scotty Obnot rewrite, right? And if I do it justice, I'll post it. If I don't, then I'll leave it alone.
Okay. Oh, we're still missing the catastrophe. Is he renaming himself again?
I don't know. Maybe he's naming himself like out of positionery. I don't know.
If he's naming himself Tragedy, I'm gonna
Tragedy.
butcher a song. Yeah, we're gonna hear a lot more butchering a song.
I don't really know the words though to that, surprisingly.
I mean, it's just so high that you can't understand anyway, right?
I don't think it's not that high a song, is it?
It's so high. The Bee Gees go so high.
Is Tragedy Bee Gees?
Yes.
I genuinely didn't realize that. It sounds way more modern than Bee Gees. Fucking hell. When did it come out? 1979?
It's a very old song.
I thought it was like at least the 80s, if not the 90s. It has a very 90s vibe to it, I feel.
I guess that was Bee Gees was a bit ahead of their time, right? Like what's the other song that everybody knows from Bee Gees again? What's that called? It's also very disco-y.
I mean, the 70s was disco, so I mean, if it's disco-y, they were right bang on that time. If anything, this was 79, so they're behind their time.
I guess. Maybe I'm just... Oh, Staying Alive, that's the one. And that's very 70s. Maybe. I guess I'm really bad with music history. Do you know the game Hitster? Have you ever heard of it?
What, hipster? Or hitster?
Hitster. It's basically, it's just a box full of cards with a QR code on them.
Mm-hmm.
And on the other side of that QR code is the name of the song and the date in which it came out. And you just play Timeline, if you ever heard that game. It's just you scan the code, it plays a song that you don't know, like you obviously like you just hear it, you don't see what it actually plays, and then you just need to or say which time this is and order it in the timeline, and the more songs you play, the more difficult it gets to play.
See, I'd be terrible at that because I'm not very good at knowing when songs came out, and I'm terrible at naming songs. I am great at remembering lyrics. Or pretending to remember lyrics. You know what I mean? Just like
remembering melodies and somewhat the.
No, I'm good at if I'm listening to the song at the time. I'm good at sort of guessing the word as it's said, so that I can say it just in time, so that it kind of sounds like another song. Or like knowing enough of the song to get by. You know. Seething suggested he's changing his name to Annihilated. No, he's actually suggested Annihilated, but, you know, he's put an extra one in there. But we'll let him off. I'm not here for another name change. I'm still annoyed he changed from Liability, because everybody knew him as Liability, and then all of a sudden he changed his name to Catastrophe, and then we all have to start saying a different name.
I do like Liability a lot more as well.
Also, for a while, I didn't know if he was going to go back to Liability and Catastrophe was just a joke, but he stuck with it. So for a while, I was still calling him Liability, but I've committed to the change now.
Maybe this is where he calls himself Catastrophic Liability, and everything will be fine.
Honestly, I think I'd be most annoyed if he changed his name back to Liability. It would all feel very pointless.
Or he just goes to his Dave, or whatever his real name. just comes in as Dave.
I could real name him, but I feel like maybe I shouldn't. No. Should I dox him? His name is Brian Johnson. He lives at 32 Hocknell Road in Greater Manchester. He has a girlfriend and 2 cats, and every Friday they have fajita night. There you go.
Okay.
So now everyone knows where to go and when for fajita night.
That sounded extremely made up, but also extremely like it might be the truth.
I mean, what would be really bad if I had just doxed someone? Like, it's not him, but someone.
Someone.
It's actually bang on for Braxy. Where is this boy? Come on, some of us have work in the morning.
He's definitely not living in Greater Manchester to go by his internet speed.
Sorry, he's actually based on the Isle of Lewis.
This is more like a Northern Scotland vibe I'm getting.
I know, to be honest, a lot of rural places are starting to just use Starlink, I think. Here he comes. Catastrophe's back. The Leet Speak man himself. But ready, so you guys get first pick and die this time. Sorry, Valve needed to post a DVD of the patch. We're ready. We're ready. Go, go, go. We've been ready for ages. I can't believe we've done one game. We started at 8:30. It's been an hour and 50 minutes.
The classic. The one quick game before bed.
Yeah. Let's do a quick one before bed. And it's always really long, and it's always a loss, and it's always filled with regret.
Yep.
Here we go, though. Back into the draft. It's game 2, baby. Let's see if we're going to get upset or balance.
All right, I want a new skin. I don't care who picks it. I want a new skin.
I
want someone to pick something with a new skin.
Oh, right. Okay, I see what you mean. That's
all I'm asking for. We had the chance last game, but Kamek does seem to not like the Kit Invoker, or does not have the Kit Invoker, both possible.
Well, also, not everyone necessarily spends 50 quid on the new chests trying to get one particular skin.
Very likely. I mean,
I'm very grateful that you did. Thank you again, Sila, for my new purge skin.
I mean, that 50 quid is way too low. I made a mistake. That lion skin was expensive. I still have one of those Sand Kings skins left over because I had so many opened that many chests.
There's a call from Bird and Chat to ban the Underlord and the MP. I think I get it. I'm guessing you're just saying because we don't want a super long game, right? Not because we think they took the game.
I feel like it's just a call because they're very boring to watch heroes.
Yeah. It's like, what's NP doing? He's teleporting. Now he's hitting something. Oh, look, he's teleporting again.
Not really the flashy play kind of hero, but if you're looking for flashy plays in the wrong place, they banned the Nature's Prophet.
Dire team pick.
I mean,
You seen on the Necrophus button?
I suppose I get it. It's fair enough. They banned the Ursa again. They banned the sort of two big supports coming out of Sitout.
Admiral Conker.
Again, the clock
There we
left in.
go.
I do think when FGF played against Sitout, we made a mistake banning clock and not disruptor, because the disruptor is pain. My god, is it pain? But
We get another thieving first pick.
first pick Kunker, and that is definitely
10
seething
seconds remaining.
That
because
is 100%
nobody else
thieving.
plays it.
I'm not doubting this one.
I think we have seen
5
a.
seconds remaining.
Have we seen a carry Kunker? I'm trying to think. We
I don't
might
think
have
so. The
seen
Dream
one out
League
of
is played,
OGs.
like, this is a hero that I'm very like. Kunka is really good in the pro scene right now, simply because the pro scene, as most of the as the meta should be, is all about the mid game fight. And mid game fights, Kunka is a god, right? The boat combo early on with a Torwin, with these Cleese. In an early 5v5, Kunka is one of the strongest heroes you can have in your team, which is why he's extremely good in the pro
Dire
scene right
team
now.
ban.
Let's see if Sitout has the execution to do it, to make this hero as good as it is in the pro scene right now, because you don't really get that many early fights in these games. You get you get random catches, but you don't really get fights.
Dire team ban.
Yeah.
Then he's not that great. But let's see. If they can make it work, it can be really strong.
Seething is good on it. I could see it working. It's bold pick first, I have to say. Slardar coming out in return. I don't know if it's necessarily a big count. They want some purge, really. They want to get these X marks off people.
I feel like the best thing you can pick against Kunka is the OD, just simply because he does
While the
everything that
Radiant's
Kunka
team
hates.
chooses.
Yeah, I don't know if Kamaya necessarily plays it. I mean,
If he plays it,
Doesn't really matter.
I'm fine with him picking an Invoker again. Right now, it's not banned. I wouldn't mind them picking Invoker here for him, because it is decent against Kunka. It can deal with it buys BKB easily, and it can
10
kite him.
seconds remaining.
I'd really like to see him go Galaron, though. They did pick the Invoker
5
again.
Yes,
seconds
for sure.
remaining.
Either go Galaron or go a different build, because he went for the Galaron build with the Corinox or whatever Corinx.
Corix. I
Corix.
think his entire plan genuinely was just that he preferred that Aghanim Scepter,
Maybe.
or he thought that
Maybe he
Aghanim
just
Scepter
didn't
was
want to
going
have
to be better.
Cataclysm.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think you
Time
often
out
get
for
the
the
value out of
Dire
Cataclysm.
team.
Sometimes it can be very good, but without a refresher, it can be a bit low in the
Also, we
damage
can't
front.
judge him too much. He was cooking last game, so maybe he's the one that knows what he's doing. I don't play Invoker at all, so I can't really say anything.
I haven't played him in a while. I got bored. I got bored of losing my mid lane.
Shadow Shaman,
very good at my
great
mid
pick again. I like the hero. It disables so many calls from being picked. All of the spirits are out because you picked this hero.
Ooh,
Axe.
Axe. That is for catastrophe. Honestly, I've seen him play okay.
Sitout going for incredible tankiness.
Yeah,
we see two incredibly big boys.
Honestly, sorry, I'm just putting the prediction up. I'm going to put the prediction up for 10 minutes. It might be a bit long.
Do 7. In 7 minutes, this draw should be over.
I can't. My options are 5 or 10, so...
Yeah, and just do 10 and you'll be fine.
All right, prediction is up, chat, if you want to go in early. If you don't, that's fine. You do have time to wait. Sorry that I had to tab out, and therefore we didn't get sound for a little bit.
I'm going fully into the support duo this time, so I'm not judging Sitout too much early on here.
Yeah.
If they pick a really good support duo, they can make this draft work.
Honestly,
but so far, these two heroes very reliant on execution and very reliant on not being outdrafted, and they first picked both of them.
I really wanted to see Catastrophe on that Centaur. I think it's a more comfortable hero for him. And I know it got banned, but it got banned after the first pick. They could have first picked Centaur, and genuinely, I think that could have been better for them first picking the Conker.
Patience while the Radiant
Because I think if you take the Centaur, then they do another support ban. They don't go with the other. The Clockwork is nice to see. Both Lulu and Wurzag, both good clock players.
So much they're picking so much beef. They banned the Drow, luckily. Otherwise, this would be a great Drow pick. But you can again, if GFG in any way play any of these cores that counter strength rules, we're looking at the Ursa, we're looking at the
Ursa's banned. They
we're
banned
looking
it
at
themselves.
the OD, we're looking at the Slark, we're looking
I mean,
at
the OD could still come. They have picked up the Wyvern.
Like if
to
they
be
play
honest,
these heroes, it's just a destruction.
I'm expecting Nazir's. They're just gonna pick a big damage hero for Nazir. Gyro's still in the pool. I mean, they might pick it here just to avoid the ban, and then pick Lulu's hero last. I'm guessing it's gonna be pos 5 clock for
5
Wurzag.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, very likely.
And then they pick something for Lulu to help the Axe in lane. And I think their plan will just be to try and storm the early to mid game on these 3 first picks that they've got, and just they want to look for ganks and stuff. We've seen it done. I mean, honestly, we've seen Catastrophe kind of come from behind on the Axe, which he doesn't. Was it Catastrophe or was it Larry?
I think it was Catastrophe.
I think it was Catastrophe. Yeah.
But
it's doable even if he has a bad lane, which he does tend to do. But if he can make the comeback and they can make the coordination, a Monkey King.
That's the monkey. So it's a bit against Clockwork, but it should be generally fine.
I think it's good into X.
I wouldn't hate if GFG moves this Winter Wyvern to the mid lane, because Winter Wyvern is also a hero that does percentage-based HP damage.
10 seconds
And you say
remaining.
move it. It might not be in the mid lane as it is. Oops, sorry, chat. I just absolutely smacked
5
my mic
seconds
on.
remaining.
It might already be there or might not be there. So if the Winter Wyvern, if they play it as a support, I hope they play it full and play a greedy Winter Wyvern, which I don't think they do. I feel like this might just be a do and bong Winter Wyvern, which I'm interested in because he could have just picked the Jakira again. So this is why I'm hoping this is like a cool Winter Wyvern that actually, like, it's so good against Kunkka and Axe. It destroys these two heroes because your Q just destroys everything, and your movement is too good for them to ever catch you. So if this is cool, it would be an absolute like chef's kiss draft. Shadow Demon, really good against Monkey King, really good against Slaughter in general. One hell of a pick. Like it answers everything they need so far.
Does
10 seconds remaining.
Oh, what's it called? Is it called dispersion? Not dispersion. It's is it
5
displace?
seconds remaining.
Demonic Perch.
No, you know the ball. You know the ball. The bubble.
Disruption.
That's it. Disruption. Does that purge?
No.
Okay.
But it obviously most of the time keeps you under long enough for anything to just stop.
No, I'm more just thinking about this Slaughter.
I see. I don't think it does, but you.
But yeah, I mean that's
the
really
important
good.
thing is you
It's
can.
really good save from the Shaman and the
This should
Wyvern.
be interesting.
The Shadow Demon pick is
Team
insane here
ban.
just simply because Monkey King Jingu stacks can be dispelled. If you Demonic Perch him, Slaughter, if he Demonic Perch him, just loses his movement speed and therefore can't really chase anyone or right click. Shadow Shaman, if you try and shackle anyone,
10 seconds
disruption
remaining.
just stops that from happening. So it's a really good Shadow Demon pick here. I'm a big fan of it. But from support duo, depending on whether or not this Winter Wyvern is support, I might have to go Sitout because it's support duo of what they picked with it.
It is a good support duo, and they have very good support. So I think they put Lulu on this Shadow Demon, they put Wurzag on this Clock, and the Shadow Demon definitely with
10
the
seconds remaining.
fuck, I can't remember the name of his spells. His like wavy one that he throws forward is going to really help
5
them in
seconds
lane.
remaining.
Shadow Poison.
Shadow
It's all
poison,
Shadow.
thank you. Well, it's not Shadow Disruption, is it? It's just Disruption.
True.
No, you're
True,
right.
true.
I'm gonna call it Shadow Disruption for the whole game now, Siler.
All right. Let's see if she can pull that off. You
No,
just
I'm
got
not
to
gonna
call it the
remember
bubble. We all know you
Mate,
just got to call it the bubble.
It's after my bedtime. I'm not going to remember that. Honestly, it'll just be good if I can get my words out.
You know the first time that happens. They banned the slug. I'm a fan of it. We
And
still
the
don't know where this Monkey
Razor.
King is going. Monkey King could still be a mid. Monkey King could be a 1. So they've flexed this a bit.
There's no.
They think it's a mid.
I think they just picked Gyro here.
It does
10
struggle a lot
seconds
against
remaining.
Slaughter, right? Because he just can.
I know, but you've got the save. You've got
5
so
seconds
much
remaining.
frontline. All you want is just straight
Yeah.
up damage across the board.
I wouldn't hate the sniper. Could just go for the
I
sniper,
would
but
because it's not fun and it doesn't. It often doesn't end well. To be honest, I wouldn't want to play sniper into the Slaughter and the Monkey
I mean,
King.
Gyro's better than sniper for sure. So,
Yeah, like there's a lot of jump to get on there, but they just purely want
Brilliant
damage and they
team
want range damage. So
That's the
Okay.
Weaver.
I
Okay.
don't like it. I want a Gyro, but I mean, fair enough.
It's a lot of damage, but obviously you are against someone who automatically gives you invis penetration, so the Weaver will struggle as soon as his slaughter hits 6.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and the lockdown from the Wyvern. The Weaver doesn't have that much health. Honestly, the rest of the
5
team
seconds
could push.
remaining.
With a bit of help from anyone on GFG, they can bust through the Weaver in a Wyvern ult.
Potentially.
Like, yeah, I'm sure he gets the Lincolns, but when?
Let's
like
see what
20,
GFG
25
picks
minutes?
I wouldn't. Either you put this Winter Wyvern mid and pick a support here that is a playmaker like a Tusk that can work with a Slaughter and keep him alive in a few situations, or you pick a very, very mobile support like a Storm core.
Choose
It's
your hero.
Earthshaker. Okay.
Could still be a support, but I don't think it is. I think this is a mid. Yeah, it's a mid Earthshaker.
Well,
Eh.
you can see the drafts now. Get your potatoes bet. We did have a couple of people go earlier. At least one person went early on GFG. We got to... Yeah, I mean, you know, sometimes you're just a stand. You're going to bet regardless. You want them to win. You want to have that skin in the game. Get your potatoes in. Doesn't matter how much, how little. Pick a team and root for them. It makes things more fun. That's why I... well, I don't, to be fair, bet. But it's why I like the idea of betting on the what's the fucking NFL final called? It's the Super Bowl. There we go. So I like the idea.
That's not even. Is it the NFL? Yeah, it's the NFL.
I think is it not the NFL versus the AFL? Is it not the
It
like?
is. I think it's something like. I don't
It's
know.
the winner.
I have
of
zero
each-
clue about
It's
it.
the
I've
winner
never
of
watched
each
it.
league goes head to head to determine the ultimate champion, which doesn't make sense because one league could just be overall better than the other.
NFC versus AFC.
No, it's the NFL versus the AFL.
It's
they're
Bird
leagues.
is- Siegebird is. I've just read what Siegebird said.
Yeah, I know.
No idea if it's correct.
But it's definitely L.
Yeah, it's definitely the NFL, but I don't
My
know.
God, if you want to make a value bet right now, it's GFG. We've got 7.3k potatoes on Sitout and 300 on GFG. So if you want some potatoes, support GFG. Certainly
No, no.
looking like the underdogs this game. Whose draft do you actually prefer?
Because of the last few picks, I would prefer Sitout's draft.
I have to
I
agree.
do hate the axe, but I also don't like the Slaughter that much.
I don't like
So
the Shaker.
It all comes down to who gets the bet. Like both of these offlanes need to like snowball and actually like have a good lane. I feel like both offlanes are not going to be able to do that. So
I don't know. I feel like I wanted something. I don't. Dynamic seems wrong because Shaker can bounce around the shop like crazy, but I wanted something more dynamic.
yeah, I can understand that. I would have loved a Storm Spirit or any kind of Spirit here. Or just a Timbersaw. The Timbersaw mid, but he obviously doesn't play it, so I can't expect it from him.
Oh, my names are still here. Okay, I thought they might have been
Prepare
fucked
for
up.
battle.
I think
No, but that is not how it works.
Right. So we didn't get to do it last time because we were late with everything. We were still talking about other shit. But the rundown. We got Braxy back on his reliable Shadow Shaman. Durham Bong coming in on the Winter Wyvern. We've got Scotty going in the off lane, I believe, on this Slardar. Obnot, safe lane, Monkey King. And going to the mid lane for that matchup will be Kamaya UK on the Earthshaker. For Team Sitout, we've got Seething going up against that Earthshaker on his... his main hero, the one he's known for. He's Admiral Seething. He's playing Kunkka. We got Wurzag on Clockwork. Honestly, that's a dangerous one to have him on. Lulu supporting also on that Shadow Demon.
Steady now.
And then he
30
said
seconds
Fiend.
until we are
Catastrophe
tested by
on
combat.
Axe this game. Let's hope that he can make some good plays, some good calls. I'm looking forward to it. And EA Nasir on that Carry Weaver, who is still in base. What have you been doing this year? He's been sleeping.
Right, he's getting tired. This might actually be a thing now, where we come into a time where
Just
the fatigue plays a role.
Here they come.
Just splitting on the runes, okay. Just a quick reminder there in chat from a previous co-caster of mine from the GFG, from the GTI, sorry. All items stack. Remember that. All items stack. Radiance's stack. Vlad's stacks. Pipe stack.
Who made that claim? Where did this come
That's
from?
just what Jesper said. That's just what he said. That's what he told
Okay.
me. So I have to assume that it's true because he was the analyst. So I just
All right.
assume he had knowledge. Is that not right? Are you telling me that's not right?
Honestly, Jesper is such a nice guy that I can't really just. go
An
against him that much.
Early
but-
cogs going out. Not a ton of mana burn, but I mean, does just sort of keep him off the wave for a bit longer for Nazir to happily farm away. Bot lane, we're already seeing a disruption. Sorry, a shadow disruption coming out onto Duran Bong.
There you go.
Lulu on the Shadow Fiend, just going to chase him down here and get some right clicks in. I wouldn't want to be Catastrophe here in this matchup into the Monkey King.
No, for sure. Oh, Brax in trouble.
Thought you were winning.
Ooh, taking a lot of damage, but Rosek
okay.
does not throw decisive
Yeah.
grenade.
I don't know, would you put the Wyvern top instead? Does Braxy just get run down here by the Weaver?
No. You feel like you do this lineup because Braxy should be able to just fight this.
I mean, possibly.
They are
I mean,
taking, they just
the
keep
Weaver's hard
running
to lane
into
into.
these cogs.
Yeah, Scotty just keeps running into the cogs. Wurzak's not even bashing them around, really. And I mean, these are only level 1 cogs. Wait until he's level 3 and has level 2 cogs. I know there was a lot of numbers and a lot of levels, but trust me, that's what it works. Another disruption coming out. I think he's just taking the illusions to get some harass out. I mean, makes sense. Just trying to use Obnot against Obnot.
The damage always good.
While we don't have any kills in the side lanes, what are we thinking of this mid matchup? I mean, Earthshaker into Conquer.
Absolute
This
draw.
Draw? Really? I was going to say Conquer all the way, but meanwhile, Braxy is going to die top. Foul Play not going to save him, and neither is Scotty on the Slardar. Was Cogs used there? I think it was. I mean, Cogs is just so good early on.
Yeah.
And in the bot lane, Obnot in trouble is going to get healed. There's Battle Hunger out on Durenbong, who's also taking a lot of damage from that. There we see a spin. This is why you can't man up into the axe. Does throw down the stun to try and get a bit of health back with that lifesteal, but really not a lot. And is that Battle Hunger going to take him down? It just might. He's healing up with the Tango. He's holding out, but he's going to hold out. He's going to hold out, but absolutely barely. Meanwhile, top lane.
Ooh.
They do
Well, they're
manage to
going a
take
bit
down
too
Wurzak
deep.
on the clock, but Scotty nearly goes down for it. I mean, honestly, has
Again,
he got any more
Scotty,
regen?
please stop doing this. This is the second game in a row where he's gotten this inventory, where he's just got 2 circlets in his backpack. Minute 3.
I mean,
and it's
also
so
in
criminal.
place of Iron Branches.
It's so criminal.
They give
Buy
you the
one
same
bracer,
thing, one's just double the other.
Just finish one bracer, then start buying the other things.
Well,
Could
I
have
think
just had a
you-
bracer and...
No, you're right. You'd usually start with, like, if you're going to build 2, you'd start with maybe, like, 2 gauntlets of strength and a single circlet or something, but...
No, you start with 2 gauntlets and then you finish one bracer and then you finish the other one. You don't buy
Okay,
2
fair enough.
circlets with it. It's
Look, he
perfectly fine when
wants
you just
stats across the board. He doesn't just want strength.
Bracer gifts you.
Well, we can ask
would
him
have
about
more.
it after. We can ask him about it. Just remember to ask after.
No.
I say remember to
No,
ask
well,
after.
I'm
Fuck me,
not doing it.
you're not going to give up on it for the rest of the game, so
I'm not doing an interview in this one. I'm out after.
that's
I need
fine.
to
That's
work
fine.
today.
I mean, so do I, but I'm at home. It's fine. I'll stick around for the interview. I mean, this is very timid. This is very tame compared to last game. We'd had about 9 kills by this time in the last game.
Rozak in trouble there. Might get another bash in. Nope.
They do
Scotty
get the
runs away.
Hex, but he is barrier assaulting. I think he makes it out.
Nazir's
Honestly,
taking so much
Scotty's in
damage
trouble.
from the
Oh,
streak.
lovely stun onto Nazir, though, but it basically leaves everybody unable to fight. I mean, Brax is the only one with health, but he doesn't start with a lot, so it doesn't really mean much. Couriers are dead, though, so that is unfortunate. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, disruption out onto Durenbong. Catastrophe possibly in trouble, but he's reaching the point where he's going to be able to spin. I mean, once he takes a level in call and gets a bit of bonus armor, I mean, still, though, into
but
Monkey King, it's not great.
Yeah, Obnot's got 2 points in Jingu Mastery now, and he's got a corrosion flying up. No, he's not got a flying up yet.
Yeah, I mean... just
But his
checking
capacity is
everything.
very soon not going to be able to play this lane.
I mean, it's worth talking about why this is bad, bot. Maybe not like, assuming everyone. So, it's the same reason Ursa's bad, right? I mean, you need to correct me on this if I'm wrong and confirm if I'm right. But all Monkey King wants to do is hit you, and every time he hits you, he's going to... Well, not every time, but eventually he's going to stack up more damage and lifesteal. Ursa every time would stack up more damage, but it's the same concept, right? Of why it's a bad matchup into Axe.
It's a similar concept. Basically, the idea is the same of you get hit and you don't win the play because of it. He needs to heal himself
Durenbong
here.
is in trouble as Catastrophe just chased him down, but Catastrophe going to die to Obnot after the Jingu Mastery comes out. Meanwhile, on the top lane, we lost we lost good old Scotty on the...
Got cocked and battery soldered.
Yeah, Scotty doesn't know that Wurzak and Nazir are going to fuck him up in the offlane.
Fuck's sake. Yeah, basically, as Axe, if the enemy core can hit you without taking damage and thereby doing more damage than you do to him, you're losing your lane, and that is what happens with Monkey King because of Jingle Mastery, and he just heals himself up, and Ursa just does more damage than you do at Axe. I feel like the Ursa match is way better than the Monkey
It's
King
with
matchup.
the claws that stack or something. I mean, that's the only way these heroes get the extra damage early on, because I mean, counter Helix isn't anything to be sniffed at. Like, he's level 2, already 120 damage. If he got a call on Obnot on a creep wave or something, like, I know he doesn't have call yet, but
Biggest problem is that the creep wave dies after 2 spins, right? That's the biggest trouble with Axe, and why we see a lot of people going for the Battle Hunger game build these days, or at least in my bracket, I see a lot of people going for where you just get like 1 or 2 levels in spin, and most of your maxing early on goes into Battle Hunger, just simply because you can't get these spins off anymore. Creeps die too quickly. The creepers are too easy to control.
I don't know.
I'm not really going to get these spins.
Personally, I haven't been finding this issue unless I'm in a bad lane. Like, you know. Kill going out on a Wurzag there. I mean, we did see these. I'm a bit annoyed. I've told
Lulu dying as well.
I think he makes it out here. Oh, one more hit and he would have been down though. Out comes the call. Now Catastrophe getting the stacks up. Seething rotating bot though early. He is 6. Oh, lovely torrent into the ship. Oh, not in trouble. That was a big fucking magic wand though. Don't know how many charges were in that, but it was enough. The TP in is cancelled. Oh, just enough damage coming out on the 2 of not to kill him though.
From the Shatter Poison. You got 5 stacks on that,
Yes.
and you just die.
I mean, I'm really liking these stuns from Scott. Yeah, I have to say the rest of the lane not going great for him, but he is reacting very quickly to the like particle effect of the Weaver running through him. Like, he's seeing it, he's taking the damage, and he's stunning instantly.
Yeah, that's really good. Like, he's struggling way more than he probably should have in this lane, just simply because the early trades did not go in his favor. Wozak used his level 1, level 2, level 3 spike quite well to just take all his mana, take all his HP.
I think this is also, though, why Clock's so good in these tournaments and at this level. Like, we're average Archon 3 here, or we're supposed to be, and Clock does do very well here because you can play into him by just avoiding him. You can avoid getting cogged fairly easily if you really pay attention. I say fairly easy, like it is a struggle. You got to know exactly what you do and you got to stay on top of it. So it can fuck up the rest of your lane. But
not in trouble, potentially, but 2 spins and the lane is dead, and now
there's a good amount of spins coming in. And
these illusions are doing so much damage.
I mean, they're illusions of Obnot, so yeah, they're doing basically damage back to him. I don't know what the percentages actually are. Now, going to dive the tower. He's going to get onto that creep wave. Going to look for the call here. There's the call. Comes out. He
has to be careful, though.
No, he is taking a lot of damage, though. Not taking tower damage yet. I think the illusions took that aggro off him. Disruption coming out, though, but TP's coming in. Scotty's down here now. He wants to look for something. He's going in the river. I guess he's faster there, so maybe worth a try, but he's not going to find him as Catastrophe has juked them out and just gone up instead.
It's a 2-man rotation. They got nothing done. Yeah. This is very dangerous.
And they have left Nazir with a free lane to farm.
Indeed. I mean, he had a free lane before that, I believe. Just simply because...
I mean, pretty much. But at this point, you do kind of want Wurzag to fuck off bot, really. Oh, are they going to catch him here? He didn't. The ward went down. And he went to take the Watcher as well. They do catch him and push him back with the cogs, but not much follow-up after that.
Scotty needs to stick badly. Otherwise, he can't do anything.
Are you saying that Scotty doesn't know that he needs his 6?
I'm just gonna ignore that. So
it's the whole evening now, chat. It's the whole night.
Me all day. No, it's no. Yeah, I believe he knows. But he just struggled. He's just struggling. He's just been outdone. Oh, great movement.
I mean, it feels like mid has gone very in favor of Seething here. I don't know the rank disparity. But, oh, Catastrophe going down in the bot lane. I mean, very nice for them there. Getting back a little bit of gold on that one.
Yeah, as soon as you commit onto this Winter Wyvern, she just heals herself. And the monkey starts slapping you down.
Yeah. Haste Room bot. I think whoever gets this gets a good gank here. Both trying to... Oh, the torrent lands, unlike the Fisher. And out it comes. Haste Rune on Seething. He's going to look to chase down Kamaya on this one. Out comes the stun, though. Does do a little bit of damage and knock him back. Seething looking to chase. He doesn't have torrent up, though. So even if he X-marks him, he's not getting too much out of it. Yeah, I think maybe this matchup has gone in the way of Seething. You were saying it was quite balanced. I'd say Seething's probably played more... I'm going to take a stab that Seething's played more Conquer than Kamaya has played Earthshaker. I could be wrong, but I know Kamaya to be more. He's played a hell of a lot of Invoker, so maybe that would have been better for them there.
Is Kamaya a full-time mid player like Season as well?
I know he plays a lot of mid heroes. They do sometimes swap
He
around on
can't bot
GFG anyway, but
Season coming in, they
seething.
saw him.
Oh, this is going to be a big torrent. Oh, it cancels the Wukong's command as well, and then a big call. In comes the ship. Did he get the call? I'm very good call. Must have timed down. Maybe.
Curse.
Oh, with the curse coming in return. I don't think they're going to manage to kill Catastrophe with it, though. Obnot now disrupted, sent to the Shadow Realm, comes back, but with those illusions, Wurzak in trouble, though, as he's just sitting in the Wukong's command. We do see the Winter Wine go down, the German down. Oh my god, Kamaya in with the blink. It's a lovely ult from the Earthshaker. I don't think he's going to manage to get Seething ult for it, though. Seething ult? Seething dead for it. They might look to turn this onto Lulu, though. Nice stun there, a lot of damage. Finished off by Obnot, finishing off his Jingu Mastery as well there. Still, he can use it on the creep wave. Very nice, very nice. I mean, lovely little fight there.
Really, really quick blink on Kamaya. Well done.
Yeah, I mean, it's straight up his first time. He picked up a bottle and then has just gone for blink. Brown boots only. Top lane, Nazir getting chased down here. They do have vision of him. Braxy does get him with the, what's it called? It's not foul play, it's the chicken fingers. There we go, I got it. Where's that coming in to help out, though? Vision on both of them, though. Hookshot comes in, now in the cogs. Scotty is trapped. Nazir just putting down damage from outside, but out comes the shackles onto Wurzak. However, now the cogs down, Nazir able to run through. Nazir looking to take down Braxy instead of finishing off Scotty. I mean, interesting priority, I guess, but as long as he gets it, which he doesn't get it yet. Out goes the shackles. I think he even doesn't get the chicken fingers off. Foul play does save him, though, but with the shadow poison, he's going to go down. Wurzak now in very deep with a lot of heroes as the TPs have come in. Obnot here looking for a kill. Kamaya here looking for a kill. And Nazir ain't going to be able to save anyone, even though with the rotation in from Lulu.
I really don't like how little Scott is manning up. Like, he's standing in water, he has a bash ready, and Wurzak is just standing next to him and doesn't die. Like, it doesn't get bashed. He's not using these bashes to the maximum capacity, but I can't believe that's just the rank disparity.
I don't really know why he changed priority from chasing Scotty to chasing Braxy. He chased Braxy under tower rather than sticking on Scotty down the river.
Lulu might be in trouble here.
I'm maybe worried that he was just too fast on the starter. I think Lulu is in trouble. I mean, Nazir's there, but Nazir doesn't want to die to save his support. TP's coming in. We're getting big rotations. Do we have hookshot? We have hookshot up. He's going to look for Scotty. Oh, he's going to hit it, and the X is up, and here comes the ghost ship. I mean, Scotty is doomed without a doom in the game. Now Braxy in trouble as 3 members of GFG chase him down. Foul play ain't going to save you this time, bud.
Nope. Not against the Bucks. It does not help against the Bucks.
Taking a look at net worth here, we've got a nice hefty lead for Sitout, really, going on the mid and the carry. I mean, that's where you want it. And Catastrophe, I mean, I didn't think Catastrophe was having a great lane, but I guess this is the thing. Scotty was having a worse lane, and that's where you're going to make up the disparity. Catastrophe now getting chased down, though. I don't think they're going to catch him. I mean, what facet are we here? Oh, changing of the guard. What facet do you like on Monkey King?
I mean, I don't like Monkey King that much, but obviously the tree dance is the insane one.
Yeah, tree dance just seems crazy good, and I don't think changing the guard is good at all. Because you have to get back into your Wukong circle to keep it up anyway. So, like, it's just not that advantageous to be able to leave very briefly and then come back. The best thing, I guess, is that it stays up once you die, but...
In this game, it can be very good. Like, we could see...
the backtrack on the Weaver. Sorry, the time lapse.
We could see a lot of, like, dodging of boats with that spell, because it does make you invulnerable for, like, 0.75 seconds or something.
What spell? The right, you're talking about
the
mystery. No, the change of the guard just means you can go outside Wukongs, right?
No, it means you can.
You can transform into any one of his soldiers. I genuinely didn't know it did that. Okay, maybe I'm just wrong on this.
I don't know if you take damage, do you become Monkey King's invulnerable, but cannot attack or cast spells. Yeah, basically you become invulnerable for 1.5 seconds.
Is this a new patch thing or?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Very, very, very good. Like the old one before that was just you could leave it.
Yeah, it was crap.
That is now completely gone. That was crap. But I still prefer
it's still there, isn't it? It still says you can. Grants are changing the guard a bit. Oh, no, it doesn't. Okay, right, they've completely changed that. Okay, my bad. I don't know what I'm talking about on this facet anymore. Do what you will. I still prefer tree dance.
Top, we see Energy in trouble.
He's in big trouble. I mean, that's 3 up there to kill him. Rotation Stout coming in to try and take something back. Cogs doesn't quite land on Scotty. He does push him away, but doesn't trap him in. Xbox coming out. Oh my god, Seething, what was that? That's a hell of a whiff on the turret there. In comes the ship. It just feels like whiff after whiff, though. They might get Scotty here, but they get the Wyvern's Curse out onto Seething. It does stop him chasing, but doesn't get the kill. Meanwhile, Hookshot coming in clutch to finish off Scotty. I think Kamaya got pushed back there. They are going to get Wurzag, though, and now looking for Seething. I don't think they can get this, to be honest. TP coming in from the Zeers. He is returning. Xbox goes out. Out come the bugs. This could be big, but I don't think Nazir wants to chase, especially not with Obnot in the trees. Yeah, he's just seen him.
Scotty needs to really just start pressing Corrosive Haze on everything he sees, because Corrosive Haze plus this Enchant Totem hit does so much damage. Like, he nearly one-shot Wurzag, and he absolutely slapped down Energy as well. So as long as Scotty prioritizes getting Corrosive Haze on anybody, he's going to get the assist to come back into this game just because of Kamaya's strength.
Sorry, can I just double check, though, that you're saying that Scotty doesn't know that Corrosive Haze is a great spell here?
He didn't seem to know. That is, you are completely correct. I cannot say anything against that sort of thing.
Braxy in trouble. My god, was that aggressive to come in there and catastrophe. Not making a run. Oh, what a hook shot! What a hook shot! In with the cogs, and Obnot is no more.
That was beautiful. Beautiful. That is how an Axe gets back into a game.
Yeah.
This Axe never was out of this game completely. So.
I mean, he was behind, but this is what I was saying, is we've seen Catastrophe come back with his team by getting big calls and ganks with his team. They play together very well on Sitout, and that is the advantage here with the Axe. Although, weirdly, that was the issue last game, was they weren't playing together. I guess this is it. When they have global... When they have, like, you know, global catch and global abilities, they don't play together because they always think, well, it doesn't matter, I can jump in there whenever. When you put especially Catastrophe on a hero where he has to be there, or he doesn't get anything, or he can't play with his team, then he's there instead of being in a side lane pushing on his own.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Scotty pushing the bottom tower near him. Gonna get gone on by Nazir. I believe he wins this duel if he takes it.
He's going for it. He's put out the Corrosive Haze. He maybe wanted something. The tower is down. He's killed the bug and he leaves. Okay, fair enough. But now the rest of Sitout coming back. They know he's there. They want to get something out of it. No.
He does have a blink.
Are they going?
And
I
it's
don't know if they're going. Everybody's here. Everybody but Nazir is here. Disruption goes out. They have found Scotty. Scotty now coming down into the river, but they've got the shackles out onto Catastrophe. Out comes the Wukong's command. That is nice. Very big. Lovely to see, but the rest of the team's going to make it out of it. And everybody on Sitout just going to back off.
Kamaya just did not go in.
Everybody just left. Guys, what the fuck?
That was everybody being scared except for Scotty, but he got Demonic Purge, so he couldn't move at all.
How much armor has this guy got at the moment? Like, not that much.
Who's Scotty? Or who
no, Catastrophe. I was seeing how he survived. Well, Wukong's is physical, isn't it? So, like, if all he is...
Kamaya just didn't do any damage. He just didn't play that fight. He was with a shield rune, sitting at the back of the fight. Got
I think maybe he was just hoping they were going to group or something. You know, maybe they'd back onto the high ground up here, and they'd group up there, and he could blink in. Yeah, really. I mean, he's got to be careful with that. Obviously, you don't want to waste it, but I mean, this is kind of the advantage in some sense, I think, of putting your Earthshaker on support. It takes him longer to get his blink and his ags and whatever other items, but if you whiff the echo, it's not the end of the world. Like,
I mean, it's not the end of the world here as well, right? The burst damage comes up.
No, I mean, you want the stun. If you're getting a stun onto like 1 or 2 people, if he echoes 2 people, it's fine. If he misses it altogether, it's not. Is what I would say.
It's a bit of a problem.
I'm counting whiffing it as hitting 1 person.
Dire's top tower is
If
under
he
attack.
hits no one, that's an ultra whiff.
And Dire's top tower
Top tower going down
how do you
here.
get Scotty back into this game? I feel like Kamaya and Obnop are kind of keeping up. Seething is very farmed now because of the Radiance. He's getting a lot of like.
I don't think it's not getting Scotty back in the game. It's somehow fucking keeping not in it.
He is struggling a bit.
He is their carry. He is pretty much all of their damage, other than Durham Bong making Sitout their own, like, their damage. And I guess, like, your damage out of the Earthshaker is very situational, I feel.
No, he's
control.
No, Earthshaker mid can slap people down real quick, especially with a sliding spin. Like this Enchanter does so much damage to. Like, you are highly underestimating how much this W does.
I don't think he carries this game.
He can definitely do that. If Scotty gets a few good corrosive faces off. This is good. Everything is being used on Scotty.
Everything is being used on Scotty. He nearly survived it. Lovely
great curse.
And again, the curse coming out on the ceiling. I mean, it's nice.
Oh, come on, Kamaya, jump in there.
Ground. I mean, now he's got to go. Look at them. They are all together. Go in, Kamaya. Go in. Look at them. This is... No!
Oh, God. Okay, can't go. He can't go.
This is the fight. Oh... I don't know what to say. There's a torrent and he dies, and I'm sad.
That is so bad. That is not how you play Earthshaker mid. He's playing it like he's playing a spirit, but he's an Earthshaker. He has a lot of HP. He can survive and get out of these fights after going in and killing someone. So he's playing really, really timid, and he's, I don't know. I guess he wanted Air Nazir. But he should have just taken.
I don't know how to feel. I really don't know how to feel.
Distraught is the correct feeling here, because I believe we are now seeing GFG losing the chance to win this tournament. Obnot is not going to be able to carry this, and
this is similar to last game in a sense. Is there a chance that they can play it out in the same way? I mean, Monkey King into Weaver.
They haven't drafted for it.
No, okay.
Like. Sitout has drafted a way better late game, especially with the Shadow Demon. The late game does way more for them.
Yeah.
And this Winter Wyvern, I don't know if it ever does anything in this game. Like we've seen 2 4-people curses now. Like where there's 4-man curses.
Oh no, they were trying to catch out Seeding, but a jump in from Catastrophe is going to cancel the shackle. Not throwing out the weak Wukongs. They're trying to get Catastrophe. They have a chance, but the torrent comes out. I'm not taking a lot of damage. Here comes the ship. And there we see he turns himself into one of the soldiers, avoids that ghost ship damage. Seeding now trying to drag some supports back into the fight. Scotty caught on the other side, taken down by Nazir. Durham Bong now in trouble. There's the heal, but the disruption coming out. Still heals with it, but oh my god, he goes down quick. Melting away there. I mean, I was just going to say, at least they didn't lose Obnot, but Nazir and Lulu had something else to say about that.
Yeah, this Winter Wyvern pick has not worked out at all. It does nothing here.
It's because the only right-click damage really from Sitout is Nazir. And he keeps cursing the Kunkka, who has so much health. I think if he cursed the Shadow Demon...
Maybe, but he has to be there even then. Like, the thing is, like, a Geminate attack does not trigger on curse, right? So it doesn't like, all of this damage is not, like, Desolate is not working on allies. All of that doesn't work, so...
I said it in the draft, is they might get value out of this Winter's Curse if they curse someone and then other GFG heroes also hit the curse target. It's the disable that they're going to get the value out of here.
That doesn't work though, right? Curse target doesn't take damage from it.
I thought they did. I thought they changed that.
Nope. Still doesn't work that way. It will be broken as hell.
Present ally and those cursed attack are immune to... Oh, fuck me. No, I genuinely thought... I knew the attackers were immune. I thought the guy who was cursed could still be hit.
There was a patch where Winter Wyvern was broken as hell when Winter Wyvern itself could still do damage to the target.
So it was just a big disable basically for a right-click Wyvern.
Yeah. Yep, exactly.
I mean, they're looking for something here. They're looking to catch Wurzak. I'll go the Cogs. They do not off the tree. He gets caught by Catastrophe and taken down very quickly. Curse now coming out onto the axe himself, but he survives that with a disruption from Lulu. Oh, there comes in Kamaya with the Echo Slash. Unfortunately, he does manage to get Catastrophe with it, but that is all. Now they're looking to chase down Durham Bong, and they manage that easily. Braxy now in the targets. He pops the dust, but only to see his killer. I mean, he's coming back here straight to the turret, dies before that
Scotty
anyway.
doing?
And now Scotty
no.
going back in for some reason. I think he makes it out here. Nope, Nazir wants to dive. No, changes his mind. Changes his mind.
Would have
Either-
had time lapse to get that back out, so he could have.
Yeah,
he could have dived
I think he definitely could have. Maybe worried that they'd just use like 4 buybacks and try and kill him, but yeah, I guess he time lapses out. Playing sensibly. Maybe called back by someone else on this team. I don't know.
It is exactly how I said in the draft. The Earthshaker and the Wyvern is just not doing enough. The Slaughter is as pathetic as expected from a Slaughter, but the Winter Wyvern and Earthshaker could theoretically do something, but they're not getting it off, and at this point they're so far behind that even if they get it off, it doesn't really make any sense. So
Yeah. We're into
he has
tier
this axe
items.
down on Earthshaker, so maybe he can do something with it, but they're just so far behind at this point. 18k behind at 26 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it's
How do you kill anyone?
As I said when we were looking at the graphs last game, they only got 16k. They only got a 16k lead last game, and they had better hold, to be honest. I mean, the hold isn't the worst, but like you're right, they'd have to do so much to this Weaver.
I mean, it is completely on Sitout to lose this game, right? I feel like if they just play normal Dota here and don't fuck up in any way, they cannot lose this game anymore.
Weaver is about 5k ahead, and you know, from what you were saying before, they would have to put Weaver in the bottom of a dumpster to win this game.
Yeah.
Like, they need to take him, rip his legs off, and just leave him a little beetle
It
body
also has
on
to be
the
said,
floor.
Lulu's did so much. Like with the Winter Wyvern that came out. Ooh,
And here they
great
come. I
boat
think they catch
combo.
him out here. And back he goes with the X into the torrent and the boat, and Catastrophe not able, given enough time to get the dunk. Now looking to push into the high ground. They get the curse down onto the clockwork, and there's a decent amount of damage coming out from the Weaver. It was going to be enough, but the disruption comes out as well. In comes Omnot, Monster Wukongs. Oh my. No, he didn't die. He became one of the soldiers. Okay, fair. He dodged a lot of that damage, actually. And they nearly get a kill on the Catastrophe, but not quite enough as the rest of the team dies on the triangle high ground. And now Sitout looking to take another tower.
That's a 5v5 that you've lost 5 to 0 for the third time in a row.
I've been in this position that GFG are in, and you say call it, and you do think, should probably call it here, but you don't, just because of the amount of times you've seen teams fuck up a high ground, and there is always that slither of hope, that copium being huffed, you know, that wish for a better life.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it is possible. It's just, you're just not getting any damage out. Like, the Omnot dies too quickly. He's gone for this Mjolnir, which is extremely greedy, because obviously it provides 0 defensive, right? Mjolnir is a full-on damage item because
Fuck me, he's got a heart. He's got a heart. He went Vanguard first, and then still now has a heart.
On Catastrophe.
Yeah, like he's wealthy. He's a wealthy axe.
Yep. Like, he's 4k ahead of the highest Iranian network heroes, so he's 7k ahead of Scotty. I mean, at this point, it's nearly 1,000 GPM when it comes to net worth league for the Diamond team. So, it doesn't really get better than this. They're going to take this Roche. Going to go for to a Nazir because he's the only core that has even the slightest chance of dying. And then the game's just over. He's 22 charges on his decimal at 29. That is... This is what I kind of expected both games to be. He does 200 damage twice with Germinate attack.
Oh so. No, my boy! Braxy going down there. Don't think it was a dunk, but...
It also has to be said, Lulu do a great job. Like, holy... Like, every time someone is cursed, they get disrupted. He's got the axe on... like, this is all you need on Shadow Demon to do a lot of damage and help your team out.
Yeah. No, I mean... The alleged ranks of Sitout supports. I'm not saying that they are not those ranks. I'm just saying they are some of the biggest, like, highest value players you can have in a team. My God, they are good. We see an Echo Slam, unfortunately just not enough. Down goes the curse, in comes a disruption from Lulu, and that is going to save Wurzag from any trouble he may or may not have been in. And a mid tower just going down here as well. Things are looking incredibly dire for the Radiant.
I think 90% of that Echo Slam was
He's just
denied.
going to drag Kamaya out of tower range. Out comes the Wukongs, and he's doing what damage he can. They might manage to kill Seeding. They do manage to kill Seeding. Now looking for Catastrophe. Buyback on Durham Bomb. Oh no, kills himself on the Blade Mail on Kamaya, but they do kill Catastrophe. Now looking for more. They want to chase. Wurzak died in there somewhere as well. Disruption coming out to stop the chase onto the Zir, and then comes the Shadow Poison for the slow. Oh no, that's not the Shadow Poison. Sorry, that is the what we call it, the Demonic Purge. Sorry, the Shadow Demonic Purge. As they're all named after shadows, right? Obnot's still chasing. Obnot, you're gonna die, mate. He's life stealing well. Now comes the disruption, though. I'm more worried about the Shadow Wave thing coming in.
I mean, Wurzak's coming back in. He's going to do a lot of damage.
In comes Scotty in deep. Obnot's still in there. Honestly, they're doing a lot of damage here to Wurzak. He does get knocked by the cogs. In comes the Jingu Mastery. Fucking
Great
hell!
save by Durham Bomb.
Are they doing it?
No.
It's beyond comprehension.
They did something there. That was one hell of a dive.
Tell me they're not doing it. They took about 5k of the lead back in those two fights. It was spread out, so the fight recap's not going to show it properly. I think they scare Sitout here. I think Sitout, you know, become a little bit more worried.
I mean,
calling Weaver out as a coward.
Like, this is step one of the 20-step plan to win this game, to get back into this game. And they've completed step one.
But we saw it last game. I mean,
It looks like they're going
if the Weaver doesn't actually fight,
you have a chance. You definitely have a chance. That is the conditioning that Weaver's in. And for some reason, within Aegis, he's become more timid to take these fights.
we're going to be here till midnight.
We are. It's already midnight for me.
Oh shit, yeah, fair point. We're going to be here till real midnight.
Fuck off. Greenwich. Greenwich midnight.
But technically, I think it's already... No, we're like 2 hours off Greenwich midnight.
The axe blades dazzle.
Really? Isn't all of Britain
We're on BST. Daylight savings.
Daylight savings?
Got to save that daylight for the farmers, you know?
Public golf, you mean?
Sorry?
That was implemented by the golf lobby, not by the farmers.
No, I'm sure there's some. It might be like a myth or a wives' tale or something, but it's been suggested that the time changes for farmers because they need daylight to work.
That is what they like to say, but who actually lobbied for it and who actually got the thing passed that it got taken into law was the golf lobby.
I mean, it's all pointless. It's all fucking crap, but you know.
It is absolute dog shit, but golf clubs do make like nearly $1 million more if you have that daylight saving times. So for them, it's really important.
Yeah, I think working hours should just change instead of changing the fucking clocks. Like officers should just go like, oh right, you're just gonna shift your hours now, and then everyone would just shift their sleep slightly, and it would be absolutely fine.
That would be easy. Don't do that. Don't make things easy.
Nobody ever does. Eh? I'm out of beer. Fuck.
Gold for my chest.
This game's going to be over soon. Surely he's going to use this 12 seconds of Aegis to go in.
Yeah, I mean, the fact we've had an Aegis wasted here just because of that last fight, I guess they're scared. Understandably. Like, they took 2 racks, but then they got a fight returned on them. They're now down the Aegis. Like, this is exactly what happened last game. They got an extra racks this time. Yes, fair. The other team isn't built as well for late game. Absolutely right. However, you gotta understand why they're scared.
They are a bit like they're suffering from PTSD here, but they're slowly rallying. They're slowly getting there. They're gonna just slow siege this, and it should just work out.
They're going up.
Maybe
for
we
it,
see a
though.
huge curse into a huge slam.
Dive Steep gets the call onto Durham Bong. Durham Bong now being dragged in. Battle Hunger out. Torrent does miss. Of not going in onto the Weaver. I mean, they need the catch. They need the catch before they drop the Wukongs, really, if they're going to get it. Braxy pushed down onto the low ground. He is invisible. Does get caught, though. Braxy now in trouble. Out comes the curse onto the axe. Disruption going to cancel that anyway. In comes the boat. That is a fairly big boat. Oh my god, I'm not taking a lot of damage. Goes down along with the Wukong's command there. And in goes Wurzak on the back line. There's a dunk. Down goes Durham Bong. Down goes Scotty. One man left and Kamaya falls. Sitout now going to take this last rack, gonna mega them. This is looking like a game over for GFG. The wreck's gonna go down. The final ship of the Cladish Navy is nothing but a
trash
phantom.
talk. Imagine trash
all
talking
too real.
in a tournament. Absolutely.
And GG is called. That is going to be game 2 a lot quicker, going the way of Team Sitout.
Yeah, they executed better this game. The enemy team just wasn't drafted for it. They weren't outdrafted this game, right? And that was all Sitout needed.
Yeah, I mean, GFG may have been named the Kingslayers. However, they are yet to wound any of the. They are yet to further but wound any of the top 3 teams. They keep taking one game off people, but not a lot. That is the amount of running.
Qualified. That's Sitout qualified, and GFG ending their tournament life here.
No, they've still got a game to play.
Yeah, but they can't get into the playoffs anymore.
No, but they can still decide who's in the semis.
Can they?
Yes,
oh, yeah,
yes they can. Right. They could 2-0 Spherical, and that is the upset that we are now waiting for, chat. Yeah. I mean, one really great game, and one game that, I mean, you said yourself was more what you expected to see. I don't know if it's what I expected to see. It's not necessarily what I wanted to see. Not saying I didn't want to see Sitout win. Not saying I wanted to see Sitout lose. I am purely saying the second game wasn't as fun.
Yeah. The Scotty on the slaughter did not, like, first picking your Scotty hero, I understand it. But I feel like Scotty is one of those players that tends to have bad lanes. And then setting him up with extremely bad laning matchups as well.
Could you imagine
not how you're supposed to play it.
Could you imagine if it'd been on Timbersaw?
It would have been insane if it'd been on Timbersaw.
Like, what I'm starting to see is play Timber into Sitout. Just first pick Timber.
Yeah, just like that. That's what I always said, right? The reason I would never ban the seeding Kunk is I would just say, okay, I picked the Kunk. I'm just gonna counter pick it. But no one plays these counters to Kunkka. This is which is why seeding seems to be doing as good as he is.
Well, it's not true. Like, Larry plays Timber. I just haven't seen a good game out of him on it.
Yeah, Larry's the same with as Scotty a bit. There are some of these players that just tend to have bad lanes if you don't give them the incredible lane carry that they need.
I think it's also, there's a difference. It's not just having the bad lane. A lot of offlaners have a bad lane. I mean, maybe it's going too far back to, like, you know, the tri-lane days when your offlane was basically a sacrificial lamb who was just try and get XP, don't die too much. But I think the difference between, like, an offlaner having an impact and an offlaner just dwindling out and not doing much isn't necessarily just did they have a good lane. It's can they catch up? Like, how's the catch up? This is why things like Axe, Sand King, Wraith King, even to an extent with the Skellies, Bristleback, like, they can farm camps, they can take stacks. If you set them up, they can bring it back. I mean, Axe even just playing with the team, getting ganks. Yeah, he needs a couple of items usually to do it, but I mean, you know, it depends on your other heroes, but you got to play around these offlaners to help them catch up. And we maybe didn't see that from GFG tonight. Like,
yeah, they just didn't have a lane that one. Like the Winter Wyvern pick, I feel like for me was the Winter Wyvern and the Kamuk. Kamuk did not do as much as he did on. No,
I didn't like either of those picks. I'd have rather had seen. I don't know. Does he play Quap? I don't even know really.
I don't just the Invoker was open. Just play
Invoker.
I'd have
rather seen the Invoker again. I also didn't love the Monkey King, to be honest. I don't think they got the value out of it.
Yeah, it died too quickly. Like it's one of those heroes that Feeding happily plays Kunkka into, because it dies to Magic Burst, right? Monkey King notoriously bad against Magic Burst, and Boat equals Magic Burst.
I can't completely remember the bans.
Has your Steam also crashed? Yes, it has.
Yeah. I can't completely remember the bans, but I almost feel like if GFG had just played the exact same draft again, it would have been better. Yeah,
the Jakiro was open. I only know that the Jakiro was open, so they could have picked Jakiro again instead of the Wyvern, which would have been better. And the Invoker was open, so they could have picked Invoker again instead of the Urshik. Yeah. I respect for them doing something different and, like, playing games differently, because I'm the same, right? I kind of hate playing the same hero twice in a row.
And speaking of not playing the same hero twice in a row. Welcome, Scotty.
Hello.
God.
Let me just turn you up a little bit. Try again. There we go.
Hello there.
General Kenobi. Yeah, how are we feeling? I mean, two very different games. What's the mood like, or what was the mood like in the GFG call?
We are pretty happy, to be honest. It was the same after GCDD as well. We did not expect to take a game, so winning even one is pretty damn good for us. And I think it was the same. It was literally like a carbon copy. It felt like anyway, different heroes and stuff. But game one GCDD, we like do this thing where we're like, oh, we can win, and we get to game two, and I think like there's so much like focus got into like in this one turning it around, and in that one securing the win. That in game two we were like, we're kind of just gonna pick what we want to play, and we're not actually so concerned if it doesn't come off in the game two. We'd rather like go and actually have fun, and also try not to make it like another hour odd long game if we can help it, because we do need to go to bed. Yeah, I think that's my overall summary. Honestly, is we're pretty happy because we just won. We just won a game we didn't think we would win.
That is fair. I mean, we'll talk about game one first. I'll let's do things in order. I can't get it up. I'm sorry, chat. The coordinator is just shit itself.
You heard it first. Falcus can't get it. I'm just.
But
I'm just gonna leave as I need to go.
That's fair.
To go
Thank
to
you
bed.
very much,
So,
Silent. You're an hour ahead. You get yourself off to bed, mate.
Yeah. Well played. The first game was really entertaining. Second game, Falcon's going to tell you all the things that I had to say about you.
Oh, definitely.
Good night.
Night, mate. Right, so we just lost the competent half of the cast, or the knowledgeable half. But anyway, I mean, game one, you say like you managed to win a game. You're like, even if we win a game. I don't think you just won a game. Like, my God, the comeback, the hold. I mean, I don't think I cast as cursed you. I called you guys out for going in too much, and it was as if you were watching the stream. You immediately switched tact to just keep the high ground, boys. Don't feed them up, and wait it out.
Yeah, I mean, we've been behind in a lot of games, would you believe? So, high ground defense, we kind of, in the past, have prided ourselves on, because it's one way of, like, stalling out the game for an extra, like, 5 minutes, or in this case, like, 35, 40, or whatever it was by the time. So yeah, no, we realized obviously we were just going in, and that's kind of what their game plan was that. And then it was kind of weird because we didn't expect them to then pivot to the like split push so hard. I know they have like Nature's Prophet.
They had a Prophet. Like, I mean, what were you expecting?
Yeah, but I felt like we felt like at the time like, oh, they're just gonna keep. Eventually, they were going to run at us and beat us in a team fight, and then that's it, probably, because they can then just split both lanes with Prophet.
Yeah.
So I think we felt like as behind as we probably were, but when it became a bit more of a split game, it gave us time to. I mean, Ob got 1,000 last hits in the end.
Yeah, I mean,
so like he was able to hit creeps, and that just gave us hope and a chance.
I mean, funnily enough, Nazir used this quote the other day. I can't remember why. I think it was in an interview, so I don't think it was in the game against me. But he was very happy with himself for slipping it in. But an Audra Lord quote. I'm not going to pretend to know who that is. Oh, no, hang on. That's the wrong one. Shit. Where's his other quote? I need to find it. Is it here? It is. It is the one that he used against us. It was the, we only need to be lucky once. You need to be lucky every time. And you were the latter on that one in that game.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
they
needed one fight, and as you say, they split it, they push it in, and you guys struggled to come back and stop them. You guys just kept giving it back to them, though.
Yeah, I think that's the draft is like, I mean, offlane was so brutal in that game that I feel like if we'd have just lost that game in like 20 minutes, which I feel like we definitely could have done. I would have been like, well, it's just a bad draft, but it actually was the perfect draft too, because the more the game went on, the more fun we were getting. I mean, I can't believe I ended on like 400 last hits. I think I had like 7 and was level 4 when EA Nasir was level 6, casting ult and killing my teammates, and I was like, this is awful. But yeah, we have good team fight because we've known each other a long time and played together a long time, and that's what's always been there. It is just sometimes the laning we just struggle to get as much out as other teams.
So
and that's
really,
just where
it
we
was
need to improve.
it was the power of friendship.
Oh yeah, this is
100%.
we've been going 10 years, man. That's it. We got the 10-year anniversary buff or something. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Plus,
like a new neutral item they added.
2% teamwork.
Yeah.
Talking
No,
about the
so-
draft, what was the plan there? Because I mean, kind of a weird one was you guys. He banned the Ursa. I'm gonna guess that was after you saw Nazir just run us down the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd ban it every time as well, though. Like now.
And they first phased it as well. And that's
Yeah.
what I was like, well, if you're gonna first phase it, then
I mean, we
am
didn't
gonna
counter
take
it
out.
basically at all, but yeah.
Yeah, I
but you
didn't
then
wanna
did
think
pick the
about it.
Wraith King, who's a good, I wouldn't quite say a counter, but he's good into him. You know,
Yeah.
he survives long. He's got to stand lifesteal.
This is the thing. I think Wraith King is a good counter to Ursa, but if you're looking at the lane matchup between the difference in skill level between myself and Ian Nasir is basically a counter to me.
Right. So
And
while Wraith King is a counter to Ursa, Scotty is not a counter to EA Nasir.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
Like I need to take out something that I don't want to play against in that sense.
Yeah.
So I know it's probably a counter, but it's like I don't really want to
Yeah.
face it.
You picked that up. You got two, I think, pretty good support options that just didn't get banned. I mean, Jakiro has been fought over, and you picked him up like third or fourth. Like, I thought it was crazy that he was still there. Your last pick carry, what were the options? What was in the pool for that?
Have a look. I can't remember.
'Cause you
That's
guys-
so long ago.
You guys
I feel like
absolutely nailed the pick, I think.
yeah, I think it was because they'd already banned Drow as well. I think they took out the Life Stealer, but I don't know if we would have gone with that anyway. So yeah, I think it was
you were
Medusa.
You were aiming for this super late carry, though, that was the plan in your guys' heads, or?
I think so, because I think we'd had good success with it. We'd kind of like fallen off a cliff with it before when we played it, but we had the confidence. I think it's also a hero that Ob likes.
Yeah.
He knows how to farm quickly with it, so
I mean, he proved
1,000
that.
last hits. Yeah, proved that, but
I
I think that's where we're going.
think, to be fair, yeah, if we're picking an MVP for... Oh, it's hard. I know who Sila's MVP would be for that first game. He'd pick Kamaya on the Invoker.
Yeah.
And honestly, phenomenal play from Kamaya. Actually, I'll come back to Kamaya. We need to talk about that. Like, he really kept you guys in that mid game. He was moving around. He was finding ganks and people to kill. I mean, oh my god, the Sunstrikes. He was on the ball. He was doing great. Honestly, I think I'd never give MVP to carries because I think they're the worst people. But I'd have to give it to Obnot. Like, I was so impressed with how well Obnot was keeping up on farm while effectively being trapped in base. Like, he didn't get caught out. He didn't really get ganked or killed. He was managing to farm. I don't even know where he was farming, to be honest, but he was doing it somehow. I guess he was just farming Catastrophe.
I think it was also like they with Prophet, they want to push these lanes in constantly to put the pressure on, so that if we take a fight, they can take a Rax. Which ultimately we did just take that gamble. But I think that shoving all those lanes in and the amount of creeps, obviously, that Prophet also creates, right? It's like that's just extra units for Medusa to farm. I don't know how much gold they give, but it's probably contributing to the amount of last hits at least.
They saw Nature's Prophet pushing power, and you saw Nature's Prophet Uber Eats farm delivered to you.
Yeah, I think that's just how it turned out in the end, right? It's like, and that's why I think I was surprised they didn't go for like at least a couple more fights at high ground, because I think they could have got away with it with us not, being able to respond in kind, because we really could not get out of our base at all, and I think they could have had a couple of fights up high ground with Aegis maybe, because they controlled the map.
Yeah,
but. We just stood there and just did what we could, to be honest. Like that.
I mean, you had some great high ground holds. You had some great catches, like to find people out of position and kill them. I said we needed to talk about Kamaya. Facet choice on Invoker. He went Agent of Coryx, which is the Quaz facet, and then maxed Exhort first, and was obviously doing big Sunstrikes. There were some great meatballs. Why did he go Coryx?
Listen, you're gonna have to like ask him. I cannot pretend to understand Invoker. He just says to me, I want Invoker this game, and I give it to him. That's it. It's the most decisive that Kawhi has ever been in the draft, by the way. He is normally like, we leave him sort of 4th to 5th pick for us, just because it's like, oh, you know, he could take whatever. And this game, he was like, I want to play Invoker this game. This is an Invoker game. I was like, okay, go for it.
I mean, he nailed it.
I mean,
it
clearly
was
worked,
great.
yeah.
He had a pretty good lane, and then he came out swinging. I mean, fuck me. Again, the sun strikes.
Yeah. I think honestly, I again don't really understand the Invoker decision making, but what I will say is I remember him right before we started the game, umming and ahhing between the two facets or the facets or whatever.
We saw him switching back, and Sila did suggest that maybe he didn't realize he'd picked the other one and thought he was still on Agent of Galaron. So basically, Agent of Galaron, you get your Ags is Cataclysm. Or Cataclysm, yeah. And your Shard is when enemy hero is hit with a Sunstrike, it spawns a Forge Golem.
Yeah, this one's the Ice Wall.
And this one's,
it, right?
so it upgrades your Ice Wall and your Ghost Walk. So your Shard is one of them is Ice Wall becomes Ice Flow, which does more damage and I think slows more. And the other one is your Ghost Walk applies your Ice Wall slow and damage when when someone's in a radius of you. So I mean, they're pretty good. It's just then if he maxed Exhort and he played like an Exhort Invoker, which worked out. So my speculation, I don't think he's in chat because he hasn't responded, but we'll have to find out. My speculation was purely that he did it because he was going to play Exhort anyway. He just preferred the Ags upgrade on the Quaz facet. So
I would guess that's why, because he settled on he was like, oh, I'm going this facet, I prefer it anyway. I think was the final thing he did before when he swapped it back to this one.
Right, yeah.
So that is all the intel I have, because I just remember him trying to decide between the two, and then he settled on the one he prefers, I think, which is this one. So yeah.
And
the Sunstrikes were so good, man. They're so good.
they were doing God's work. I'm just gonna put the Discord on stream because there's no point having anything else up really. And I guess one last question about game one. On the Wraith King, you went Ags, like you went. I wouldn't say early Ags because you were a bit behind, but you went early in terms of your build on the Ags. I think a good play overall. Like, you know, if your supports die, they can still get their spells off and that sort of thing. How do you feel about the fact that Helm of the Undying is now in the game and basically gives your Ags / your innate to anyone who picks up that item?
Yeah, it's kind of irritating.
Do you think it devalues the Wraith King Ags? Because especially like as late as the game gets, like your team could have picked up that item instead of you getting an Ags.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things that I picked up the Ags for the simple purpose of because like I said before, we thought that they were going to keep running at us, and so I was like, well, this is a blade mail. I'm not getting radiance this game. It's going to be like a 45-minute radiance or something. So I need to get a blade mail because I need to reflect all this damage I'm taking. I need to reflect back. And then I was like, well, what next? Well, we're team fighting a lot, and having 2 lives for me is useful, but having extended lives for my allies is good. So I was like, oh well, I'll just pick up the Ags, like you say, relatively early, but it was quite late in the. I mean this. It does devalue it, and towards the end of the game, I probably could have like taken it out for something else. But I also went this like completely weird build to like stop the Nature's Prophet TPing. I went like Basher. I had Maelstrom to clear the creeps because we were like being shoved in.
Yeah, we saw the Maelstrom and it seemed odd. I think Sila's screaming Radiance, but I think the Maelstrom's fair enough.
I think honestly, if I'd have had a better lane at the start, I would have definitely gone Radiance. But I was like, I need to buy like cheap items at a time because I always need to have buyback in this game to be able to, if we lose a team fight. And it was just like, oh well, I could just, this is one way of clearing the creeps, I guess. And that was the main problem we were having, was like keeping the lane shoved when Medusa wasn't there, and Medusa wasn't always there, so it was just a bit it's just a weird build anyway, to be honest. I was just picking up items like, oh, this will help. I think Amaya's suggestion was the Basher, so I was like, okay, I'll get a Basher, and I think we killed the Nature's Prophet just about. I think I got a very lucky bash.
Pickup. Yeah,
and it was like, oh, thank God for that.
It screwed him because he'd already tried to BKB TP, and because they kept escaping quite a few times with these BKB TPs, but it was all they were using their BKBs for. It's like they were only using Pit to. They weren't using the portal on the Underlord to get the pit off to kind of try and save someone. But
Yeah.
to talk about game 2, which I'm guessing is going to be a shorter conversation for a shorter game, what was the idea in this one going in with the draft? Obviously, you guys didn't... I don't think you felt like you needed to ban too much. I think you banned the Prophet. Just because it was annoying, I suppose, but...
I think we wanted to avoid the like really long game again. I didn't think it would be the way. Like I said, I think I kind of had the feeling that it might happen like this in game 2 anyway, because they are a really good team, and when they like in this draft that they had here, it's like they can just run and run and run and outfight us basically. It was tough because I really wanted to play Slardar, so I locked that one in.
Yeah, that one came
kind
in
of liked,
early.
yeah, it was quite early. I didn't know whether I probably could have prioritized something else, but we were kind of I think we were so like hyped up from game 1 that it's one of those things, like I was saying with the same with GCDD as well. It's like we're hyped up after this game 1, and then you have to try and reset yourself for the draft. And I'm there just like kind of want to play this and this, and
Yeah.
you know, we want to change up the heroes a little bit because we like to play different stuff. But obviously Braxy then takes the Shaman again because he had just had a great game in game 1, and we were like, let's just do it again, honestly. But yeah, it's kind of, we're kind of going for the same thing, but it's just less execution, and they had more to fight back at us, I feel like, and they just executed the draft way better. And they got, I mean, this Shadow Demon, like, literal nightmares tonight, I think, about that, because that's just completely ruined our day in multiple different ways.
Yeah, it was difficult. I think especially Sila's comments were like it was nice to see the Shaman back. The Shaman did good work. The Wyvern didn't really work out for you guys, and neither did the Earthshaker.
Yeah.
So
again,
I mean,
that was So
the Slaughter definitely could have worked. It's good into Axe. You just negate all his armor. I think maybe early on just didn't quite get the aggression from you. Like, especially, I think there was one fight in particular. You and Braxy got chased down into the river, and it's like once you're in the river, you kind of have a bit of an advantage there to maybe take on the Weaver. I think you had a bash prepped as well. Weirdly, Nazir changed targets and chased Braxy under your tower instead of chasing you, but...
Yeah, it's one of those things as well. It's like we were saying after the game, we felt like once we had Blink on Shaker Slardar, we needed to like make stuff happen, and it didn't happen in the same way that we managed to do it before against GCDD. So it's just like once we've missed that sort of thing, the Weaver has like Deso, BKB. It's like, okay, we are now in big trouble because I don't think we can kill the bug.
I think like most of you guys were behind on net worth, and I think the other issue was, because we were talking about it, was you guys couldn't come back very well with the Monkey King. Like with the Medusa, basically all you needed to do was hold as many buildings as possible for as long as possible while Obnot got farmed. Whereas this side, like your Monkey King's not really going to beat out the Weaver. And the Kunker's going to get a lot of damage, and eventually the Kunker's just going to one-shot your supports, and Shadow Demon does alright sort of scaling as the game goes. Especially because it can just make illusions of your carry.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's one of those things as well where we are trying to like get this like optimum team fight, I feel like, and it never really happened in that game. And so it's like it never really does anyway, even in a one game. But it's like if you're relying too much on like having to execute like into like this Shadow Demon who can save somebody, the Clockwork play, like they played out of their skins in game, like in both games, but in game 2 in particular, like we had no way back in after a certain point. It was
your lanes went bad and it kind of went downhill from there, and it wasn't like anyone necessarily played particularly poorly. I think there were just points where, you could even look at it on a graph or something and just go, right here, though you had 2 decisions and unfortunately made the wrong one, and then here, and it was just too many times you went down the wrong path.
Yeah, exactly.
And kind of put you guys in a bit of a deficit. I mean, to be fair, by the end, like a 30k gold deficit or something. But...
yeah, just got out of hand.
I mean, you were 16k gold down in the first game. And you brought it back. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you should look at the graph from that game. It is very much up and up and up for Sitout, then it plateaus, and then it curves back down, and then it's sort of, it's almost like a bell curve. Like, it is impressive. It's impressive.
It's the fact that we didn't get a tier 1 until nearly 30 minutes into the game.
Yeah, you didn't
And
need
I
it. It was fine.
I just looked at that after the game. I was like, how has that happened? That's so long to not get a tier 1. But yeah, so no. But yeah, game 2, like I was saying, Sitout well played, and for both as well. Just like they are a bloody good team. Let's just put it that way. They're very hard to draft against. I was like, not sure what I was gonna do most of the time in the draft.
I think that's you guys, though. I don't know where any of you are ever gonna play, so
yeah,
I think you guys can really throw people off.
That's the thing we've got in hand in this tournament. But then I think when other tournaments happen, we'll probably struggle because we'll be locked into the roles again. So it makes it more difficult for us to.
Yeah, I know. I've been trying to work something out. I think if we were in one over in Fry Guys, I never like locking people into roles. I don't see the point.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense to me. Let people play wherever they want to play. If people want to try and ban for specific people, then good luck for them. Why make it easier?
Exactly.
So tournament going forward now. Unfortunately, that does end your run to victory. That honestly tonight, I honestly thought we were going to see the beginnings of. Well, we did see the beginnings of it. It then went downhill pretty quick. Because yeah, you guys could have won if you'd won all 4 of your next games. I think you'd made like 3rd place or something, and made the playoffs.
That was the last attempt, but yeah, it was a difficult task against 2 really good teams. Because we have to play Circle tomorrow as well.
Yeah, you can still decide who has to play in the semis. You still have that power.
That is true. I mean, we can cause a 4-way tie, a 3-way tie. I think if we 2-0 Circle, it's unlikely that.
Is that what happens if you 2-0 them?
Yeah, because they're 8 and 2, right? So all of them are on 8 at the moment. Sitout and GCDD on 8 and 4, Spherical 8 and 2.
Shit,
so
yeah, you would cause
it's
a
3-way 8 and 4. So for like tournament organizational purposes, I'm
like
it's like a nightmare.
You're fine there though, aren't you? Because you'd have 2 options, which would be run around robin, which would only be 1 more game.
Yeah.
I guess that could also result in a tie, but Sitout have only got 2 wins. The other 2 have 3. Did one of them beat Sitout? Or did have they all drawn against each other?
That is a good point.
Because that could solve it slightly. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to look into that.
Anyway, we can work on that after. I think you just run like a party game or something. Like you put them all through a Fall Guys stage, and whichever team comes out on top.
Yeah.
They all drop 1 team member, and you do like a three-way team Fall Guys thing. Just do the shitty like egg collection one or something.
All the worst minigames.
Yeah, just the worst ones. Right, well, thank you very much for coming by. I wish you luck against Sitout tomorrow.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I feel like this, I still think it'll be a good game to watch. I mean, you guys have taken a game off the other 2 top 3 teams now. So if you don't take a game off Spherical, I feel like you're not doing yourselves justice. I mean,
Spherical have historically been our bogey team, so we'll see. We'll see it to when we.
I have faith. I honestly, I know you've been nicknamed the Kingslayers, but I think if you really want to cement that title, you've got a 2-0 Spherical. Because so far, I feel like you've only wounded the Kings. You've only taken a game off any of them. We haven't seen you slay one yet, so let's see it happen.
Let's see what we could do. But thank you very much for the cast, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun to do. Thank you for coming to talk to us. I'll kick you out now so we can get to see them before midnight.
See you later.
Catch you later, mate. Right, Seething, I don't know where you are, but if you're listening, get your ass in here. Where the fuck is the general chat so I can get him in? I know I just have to talk to myself. Oh, I guess I'm talking to you guys, but I don't know how we feel about the music in the background. I've put it on because it felt weird there being silence. Oh, the coordinator's back. It's fine. We can ditch the music. We can actually look at the games. Seething. Come. Right. I assume he's coming. He seemed sort of here ready for it. Here he is.
Hello.
Admiral Seething. How are we feeling?
I'm good. It's some interesting games. We tried something different. We tried something zany and fun in game 1. And then they picked Medusa, and I was like, fuck.
I gotta say, I feel like it says a lot about you guys that you call Prophet Rat zany and fun.
No, but like, didn't you see the whole thing of like, oh, it's 4 global heroes? They banned our. Like, if we had Lulu Tinker, like, it would have been 5 global heroes, and that's what it was going for.
That was the plan.
Did you not see, like, in the
Yeah,
global?
no. I saw that I saw the Lulu hero, and I was like, that doesn't fit. I was like, everything else is spot on, but that just doesn't fit. I can't get the match details. This is really it. I can get those match details.
That's why I said to like Scotty, I was like, I want you to apologize to Lulu because you banned his global hero, which was Tinker. That's why I was like, I want you to apologize.
There we go. I got the match details. Excellent. We can actually look at it now.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, so game 1, I like to talk about things in order, and also that'll help the morale of the interview. We'll start low, end high. Like you guys came in with a big draft plan. I'm guessing there was a PowerPoint. I'm guessing this was classic seeding deduction.
Yeah, it was with the title for PowerPoint. Let me get it up. I think it was just like global strat.
Yeah, I can see exactly what you were going for on your side.
Global shenanigans. That's the title slide.
Other than Lulu, obviously. But like,
yeah.
What the oh fuck! I accidentally down.
Lulu was the equivalent of like in the motorcycle sidecar because he just has to follow me around in the Underlord to like show up on time to the fights.
Yeah. I mean, it made sense that you didn't need everyone to be global though. I mean, Zeus technically not global. Yeah. Global ult, yes, and then he got Nimbus. Yeah. Very greedy to be fair, but he got global. It. Well, I want to know.
No, that's what I told him to.
Oh no, I'm not blaming him for being greedy. You guys were doing well at the time. What I want to know is like the bands that you came up with, and because you've been claiming for a while now, every team you go up against, that you've predicted the enemies well, and like what they were going to pick. How about this game? Did you predict? Because I think they're hard to predict.
I predicted predicted their bans on us, or what we wanted to ban for them. Because I
both. I think it's easier to predict their bans, but their picks I think is hard.
Top of the list. Tinker is on top of the list. To be fair, I wasn't expecting them to ban Ursa, but to be fair, I don't know. Like, I never went into this with the whole like, oh, we're going to like big time. Like, I had like some kind of like playful fun drafts just kind of planned because these games don't really matter for like the overall standings of the tournament. So I was like, oh, we're just going to do something fun. This whole global strat. So like, I didn't put too much effort into the prediction. I was like, I think they're going to ban Lulu's Tinker because like no one enjoys playing into Tinker. And like, yeah, that was correct. But like, I honestly didn't put too much effort into where they thought they were going to ban, because like these guys are difficult. I was saying to the lads in the pre-match chat that we're not banning people here because their cores are very flexible. Like, they play anything anywhere. Like, we're banning heroes. We're not banning people out. We're banning heroes.
Yeah.
That we don't play against. And yeah, I said to the lads as well. I was like, look, I posted the drafts in the Discord server like 2 days ago. I was like, here's some fun ones that we're gonna do. And then like they pick Medusa, they pick Jakira, they pick Shaman, they pick Rave King. And I was like, okay, these aren't going to be fun. It was fun for the first 25 minutes. and then I was like, I might just call it, honestly, because like I knew that as soon as we because we can't kill Medusa, the hero is just too survivable without a Medusa counter.
You didn't have a,
and,
they didn't even have a diffuser. Like,
much CC. There's so much survivability. Like, they were just tucked away in their base. Like, it was like trying to pull a barnacle off a ship's hull. And I was like, oh, I'm just fine to call this one. Like, after half an hour, like we had our fun. We had our fun of dancing around the map, doing global shenanigans.
So you were very aware that you had this timer on you as soon as the draft came out. Yeah.
I don't even think there was like a path to victory. Like, I literally when I made this draft, I was like, I'm gonna pick 5 global heroes. I don't know how we're gonna do high ground. I don't think we can do high ground with this draft. But if we can,
your path to victory was Rat. I think by the end of the day, as I said, Rat's back, and they're gonna have to attack the Rat to back Rat the Rat back.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I did that. It's not my play style, but like, we just had that first 20 golden minutes of just like showing up to anyone that was like vaguely on the map.
Oh,
and beating the crap out of them.
It was lovely. I mean, Nazir managed to kill Obnot with a rogue Nature's Prophet ult. I don't know if that was planned. Wurzag just putting on for damage. My God, does support Zeus put out a lot of damage in the first 20 minutes?
does. It
Like,
really does.
absolute
It's so good.
insanity. He was doing more damage than most of you guys in the early fights. Nazir was TPing in on things great. You were just portaling to get a kill or two and, lovely ganks.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I think Catastrophe uses ult more to heal himself and not die than anybody else.
Yeah.
But that's fair enough. I mean, if I had to pick an MVP on your team, it's got to be Lulu. My God, the swaps, the save on this man. If there are awards for this tournament and there's like top saves, it's between Lulu and Vi as far as I'm concerned. But I mean, Vi's got competition here, because it was the sacrifice play every time. And honestly, a lot of the times didn't even sacrifice himself. Somehow made it out. I mean, I don't even know how. Absolutely mental. The fact he only had 8 deaths. Like, I'd love to know how many swaps he did, but crazy.
Yeah. No, it's so good.
So to get an idea of what started going wrong, obviously the time has started to tick away on you as Obnot managed to get more farm and get a bit back in the game. Did you feel like, because from our perspective, Invoker was really like, running you down, making plays. Well, not running you down, but being a nuisance.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, the Invoker was very well played. Like, I think that's easily the best Invoker of the tournament that I've seen. Like, it actually lands their spells, which is
the
more than I can say
Sunstrikes
for most
early on.
Invokers.
That must have been infuriating.
Yeah, I just like I was like, oh, Invoker's aiming. Because you can always tell when Invoker's aiming at mid.
Yeah.
And like Underlord is like a peaceful little cow mid. Like he just farms quietly. He doesn't actually try and check the Invoker like at all. Like he just kind of checks the lane and sits there. And farms.
You're right.
He doesn't actually try and stop him.
Underlord is like a cow. He looks like he's supposed to be so fucking evil. But honestly, if they made like a cutesy skin for Underlord, I think it would actually pop off, because he seems just like this sort of sweet, chubby little guy who's just around to help people.
Yeah.
Like, I want him completely reskinned as a good guy.
I would throw 40 quid at least on a Val if there's an ultra rare Underlord treasure that makes him very cute. I mean, to be honest, I've already found him very cute already, because the skin I've got for him, he's got his little tail where he's running around. It looks like a little snake just running around. I quite enjoy it.
So that's the real reason you've been playing Underlord.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it kind of felt like as the tides started to turn and you guys started to struggle a bit more, Nazir was focusing very much on pushing, would maybe come in on fights, but it kind of felt like you kind of started to have catastrophe issues in him getting caught out a lot in top lane. And even to that extent, you got caught out a couple of times in top lane. I think you got caught out, went straight back and got caught out again. And when you watch back the cast, you'll see my disappointment.
I think see, my heart wasn't in it after half an hour. Like I was just like, oh, we can skip this one, because like we've got no way to kill this Medusa. We've got no way to breach a high grounds. Like they have to come out of their base. And it's like trying to it's like trying to pull and it's like trying to pull a splinter out. It's so difficult, because they're just like, to be fair to them, like they're playing the correct way to do it. I'm not saying I enjoy playing against it, but like it's the correct thing to do.
Had the morale gone like across the board? Was everyone else kind of down, or were you guys just like?
No. It wasn't. It was never a morale issue, because we all knew going into it. It was like, look, we're gonna do a fun Mimi draft because the standings don't really matter.
I don't know if they could have done you, technically.
So the standings don't really matter. There was never any doubt. Like,
I can't believe
that's what happened. Game two, I was like, okay, they have spat in the eye with this Medusa pick. Time to like pull out the Conquer first pick, just come straight back into it, just take names.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, game one obviously went very downhill. The last thing I do actually want to talk about on game one is just. Did you feel like kind of hamstrung by the fact you couldn't use your pit for actual ganks or rotations or pushes? Because your portal, it felt like every single time your portal was used, you were just having to use it to spawn a pit at the other side.
Oh, that's why I bring it. Like that's why I rushed the axe, because it's really nice. Just like
it just gave you global pit though. That was all it did.
Yeah. That's the point. The global draft. It's like, oh, global pit, Nimbus, Prophet shows up. If anyone's walking alone, they're dead. Like that was the entire like logic for this draft. It wasn't like it wasn't like I was going to walk through the pit and start running into them. Like, it was just kind of like, haha, global pits.
Right. Okay.
And
Fair.
then, like, there was some very fun shenanigans where I could see them all trying to TP away, and I'm like, no, global pits.
But, I mean, there were some good pits. I mean,
TP.
that fight around third Roche bottom.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I thought they'd fucked it there. I thought that was going to be their buybacks, and then they would be really
See,
tight.
that's the thing. Like, there was never like we're actually going to get buildings out of this. It's like we can kill them, and then they're going to buy back, and it's just like,
I think you could have turned it there. I think you split the fight very well with the pit on the stairs. The problem then was you split yourselves across the fight. Like, you and I think Nazir went on the back, but the back there wasn't the supports, it was cores.
Yeah.
So you kind of got yourselves locked in a fight that was at best for you 50-50 that you were going to win it. Whereas I think if you'd stayed on the other side, just finished off the supports and whoever was on that side, I think possibly Scotty, you'd have maybe kind of had a better chance of locking that one down. But yeah, you're right. They'd have all bought back after that, and then you'd have had to
exactly. And then we go to another 10-minute wait out. And I'm just like, let's just roll on games.
It could have got you Roche. You never know. I mean, but no.
Yeah, but then like, what do we do
job.
with Roche? Because we're not winning like the team fights.
I know.
We rely on them actually coming out of the base. You know.
I want to say refresher shard on Zeus, but to be honest, it'd be funnier if you put it on you and just like fucking pit the whole base.
Yeah.
Just portal, like, you know, portal pit, portal pit, portal pit.
Exactly.
But no, I mean, yeah, it was rough. You guys were definitely on a timer. Honestly, it was very well executed early on. It was kind of a shame. I think just a couple bad fights, them realizing what tactic they should be using. I honestly think the only way you possibly could have done it once they started turtling would be some sort of Hail Mary, like teleport, like portal into their base and just go behind them on that tower push, and try and catch them out. But I mean, after the first, do you know what I mean? After you guys started banging your head against that wall, I just don't think it was coming.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I completely agree. Like, this draft relies on them not turtling in their base with heroes that can turtle in their base, and they turtle in the base. So I'm not too unhappy. Like, I told the lads it was a meme draft going in. Like, it wasn't not too unhappy. It was very fun for the 25 minutes, and then I was like, okay, we can call it now.
So to move on to greener pastures, at least for your team, game 2. So you're saying you came into this one with we're not losing another game. We lost that one. That's fine. It's not going to affect anything.
I went away from like, oh, we're doing a fun little draft because of the final stage of the tournament. I was like, oh no, they're playing to win. They're playing to win.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, play to win. We're gonna play to win.
Did I saw Vi in your call? Did he come in and sort of set you guys straight?
I came in and screamed that he'd like lost a load of potatoes, and I was like, my brother, like, look at this draft. It doesn't do high ground. It doesn't do anything. It does little shenanigans. That's it. There
have been large swings in the potato economy tonight.
It makes me so happy. You know, Catastrophe bet on George Foreman plus Grill in that first game. Like,
that's why he was out of position the whole time. He was playing for the other team. Someone in chat called him out.
He made so much money on that game 1. He made so much money. It was very funny.
Yeah, so you see, you went back into the call after game 1. You said, right, boys, that was fucking dog. This is why we can't have fun things. Yeah, you're going back on the old reliables.
It was never against them. It was like, oh, this fucking Medusa pickers, man.
Get back in your box. Get back in your box and play your comfort hero and do it well.
Well, no, I want, like, the enemy team, when they see me first pick Kunkka, it's like that scene with, like, Darth Vader in Rogue One where the lightsaber just illuminates the corridor, just, like, fucking comes out and it's like, yep, he's gonna start swinging.
Yeah, so the Kunkka pick was certainly bold. Like, going in first pick. I guess no one's really countering it, but you banned the Necro, I think.
Yeah, that's the main one. Like, that's the main one, just straight up banned, and I'm like, they've got nothing. Like, I mean, genuinely, like, Kunkka's so good right now.
Yeah, I mean, you then got the Clockwork and the Shadow Demon, which I think really set you guys up. I mean, I don't think they were wrong to ban the Tinker and the Disruptor. I think that's awkward. I think I was surprised that Clockwork and Jakiro went so uncontested both of these games. Obviously, only one of them being picked up in each game.
My goat is Lulu. Like, Lulu is my goat. He is like the workhorse of this team. He is so good. Always quiet, makes like relatively few calls, but always plays amazingly. And I feel like it's a waste to put him on Jakiro. Like, it's a real waste because he can do so much. He's like an artist, and it's like, okay, we're going to give you like a pencil to draw with. He can just do so many better, more beautiful things with like a paintbrush, or like many other like.
To clarify,
heroes,
I
you know?
wasn't suggesting you pick Jakiro for Lulu
Oh,
at all.
fair
All I
enough.
was saying, I was honestly surprised they didn't pick it up again. I think Sam and I
fair
kind of
enough.
agreed. If we'd seen, I think you guys banned Medusa, didn't you? But I think we'd have
Yeah.
rather seen the Invoker again, rather seen the Jakiro again instead of the Wyvern. And I think if they'd gone
Do
with
you,
a
do you
different
want to
character,
play the
like-
same hero after just an hour game though?
I mean, you probably
wouldn't.
don't, but do you want to win? I guess is what it comes down to. And like, it's perfectly fine people not wanting to play the same hero. If they'd picked the exact same draft, I wouldn't have loved it as a caster. But to be honest, I think it would have been all
I think
right
the
if you
thing
guys again.
there
Because again,
is, I
you
don't-
put yourselves on a timer, just a better timer.
No, I think I completely disagree. The problem with Draft 1 was that we had no initiation. We underlord Pit and then they walk away because they just have BKB or Memento. This one we have actual initiation. We have a clock. We have an axe. So like if they're cowering on their high ground, we can pull them out. I saw some really good catastrophe calls where he goes and calls the Wyvern and then just starts dragging her out, and then Tidal Wave drags her out more, or the Shaman being dragged out the base. It's like we knew that if they're going to play this like, oh, we're going to hide on the high ground strat, we're just not going to let them do it. We're going to like.
Well, I mean, they
pull them out
definitely
base.
weren't able to hide on the high ground with this strat. They weren't going to
No,
hold high
definitely
ground with
not.
this strat. They needed to be more aggressive
Definitely
with this
not.
strat, like massively more
Definitely
aggressive.
not.
I
Definitely
think they
not.
mostly played well. The shame was that the curses couldn't land any kills, really, because you're also beefy. The only person it would have been worth
Yeah.
cursing, and I said this, was probably Lulu, and add a push Nazir.
Yeah, see, I think that's the trouble with playing Wyvern into Kunkka. It's like, I'm probably going to get the boat down before you get curse off, in which case no one's dying. There's Ram on the floor. Like, no one's dying. Like, I remember he got such a really good curse off of me, and I was like, don't worry, lads. Like, there's 4 of you hitting me, but I've Ram. You're not
nice.
going to do anything.
That's definitely a sign on the door of a tiki bar somewhere. Nobody's dying.
Yeah.
There's rum on the floor. Somewhere in the Caribbean. But yeah, I mean, you guys went massive comfort here. Like, it was just very obvious. I was expecting, I'm not going to lie, I was expecting a Catastrophe Centaur. I know it got banned. It did get banned late, though. You could have picked it up first, but you seem to really want that Kunkka.
No, I think that, like, I just want to put the fear of God into them with the Kunkka, because, like, it's so strong right now. Like, it's being played as a carry, and it's like, if you have, like, a fucking Kunkka spammer, I ban the Kunkka like counter. Like,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do? what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be more counters, surely. You can't ban them all.
Well, I'm not. I mean, like, I'm surprised they didn't lane the Monkey King mids. Like, that's normally a traditional Kunkka
I know.
counter.
I think Sylar called for an. Oh no, he called for an OD game 1. Never mind. Yeah, I mean, I think after tonight, I feel I have more idea how to draft against you. Not that I'm going to say anything. I wouldn't want to give any of the other teams any tips, but
Oh, of course.
no,
Yes.
you can have them. I'm just charging for them. But yeah, I mean, there's not much to say about game 2, to be honest, despite the fact we've sat and blathered about it for 10 minutes. You picked all your good heroes, you turned up, you won all 3 lanes, and then you just continued to run around as a death ball and kill them. And there was no point in them like waiting out the high ground because they weren't going to outscale you anyway.
Yep. That's a fair estimation of how that went. Yep.
Well, I mean, I guess onto bigger and better things for you now. You've just got to wait to find out who you're playing.
I've money down GCDD, unless like Spherical do some meme drafts as well. Like, Spherical looking really strong.
I just want to say, I think we're discrediting GFG here. I think they have a shot at getting at least a game off Spherical.
Yeah, I mean, like, if I'm obs though, like, I look how GFG play, like, and I look that they're just trying to like turtle the high grounds. Like, it's a real risk. Like, it's a real risky maneuver, like trying to do that, because it relies on the enemy team like not having the solid station. Whereas like they spam Mars a lot, and like I don't know. I think you couldn't do the same strat that did against for like GCDD and us in game 1 against Spherical, because like. They're not gonna let you do it. I think they're gonna do some other stuff. Like, to be fair, I do want to see Spherical play just because Sleepy Moon has suffered with the nerfs to Terrorblade, and like I do want to see whether he either continues to like sit on the sinking ship that is Terrorblade or pick something else. But that's for tomorrow.
Scotty in chat saying they don't want to turtle, it just becomes the most viable option. Scotty, turtling isn't. There's nothing wrong with turtling. Don't listen to what he's saying. If it is the right thing to do, it is the right thing to do, and you should do it.
Don't get me wrong.
And you did it well.
Yeah, it's
like there is nothing wrong with looking at the enemy team and going, well, they're drafting really early. Let's just fuck them late and wait out the timing.
I mean, there's nothing there's nothing inherently wrong with like turtling. It just like it becomes incredibly like. I think Wozak was saying, like, in the article chat, it's like, yeah, we knew we'd lost from half an hour, but it just takes a full hour for Medusa to be able to, like,
but you still play it. It's like when Silo was calling for GFG to GG in game 2. I'm like, you don't GG because the other team might fuck up catastrophically. I mean, everyone at this level in the tournament is huffing some serious copium when they're losing a game. Like, until I've lost at least 2 racks, I ain't calling GG. Like, it's just rarely happening, even if you should. Also, I'd just like to call out Duck in the chat for suggesting that turtle drafts are morally wrong. Duck, you
I agree with
Duck.
I agree with Duck.
Duck I think Duck is wrong.
I mean, there's more. You can be morally wrong for both things, for doing a turtle draft and for spamming Kez. I just think because this is one of the things that we noticed when we played the first couple of games at Sitout with GTI, which is we didn't actually want to be a team that like first picked Medusa and then just like 4 protect 1.
Sorry, are you calling me out for first picking Medusa in GTI?
No, you what? I didn't know. No. I'm calling out Stez's Ultra Shedders for doing that.
We constantly first pick Medusa. We just never ran it as a carry.
Oh yeah, no, but that was fun. that was fun. That was like Medusa support, which was very fun. I think we just didn't want to become a team that was just like, we're gonna turtle, we're gonna 4 protect 1. We've got a lot of we showed that we can do it in game 1, which just like run this like insane aggro shits where we just like take over the map for 20 minutes. Like, I'm very proud of the boys for doing that one. Like, because we hadn't practiced the global stuff at all, and we just kind of like ran off one another, and it was really fun.
I think you could have finished that off. I think you kind of fluffed the high ground push and then lost your timing. Like,
Maybe.
I wouldn't give up on it. I'm not saying you run it again this tournament. I'm just saying, like, something aggressive like that is very much doable, I think. You either need to work on, like, I mean, maybe you swap out 1 or 2 heroes. Like you've always got. If you play around the Underlord, you can go through the portal, so you don't need everybody to be able to jump in from far away. Like even if you swapped out the Dawn and had a Centaur or something, you go through the portal, and then you've still got like Stampede to get out or to chase or something like that. Like, and then you just portal like slightly out of vision. Like you use the portal to push lanes or to just jump the high ground from behind or something dumb. While the Prophet pushes in.
I think that's fair. Like, like I think to be fair, like again, this was something that I just kind of like we're gonna do haha meme global strat. Like it's not something we practiced.
Yeah, I just think
it had potential.
Your first game was you call it global strat. It's still a death ball. It was a death ball strat. It was just early game
global death
take
ball.
Him out. And game 2, you still did a death ball. Like you did basically the same thing. You picked Axe for Catastrophe. So even if he didn't have a good game, he was running around with you guys. Which was how he caught up the last time I saw him have a bad lane on Axe. Lulu with the save and stuff. But like you had the initiation with the clock and stuff. I think the big difference is just that the Weaver and, to be honest, like your Kunka's going to scale better, and Lulu's going to last longer as a competent hero. The same with the clock, to be honest. So you kind of just picked a death ball with slightly less risk. I'd probably argue it's not as strong early on as your first one, but you're right, it doesn't fall off as quick. But yeah, I mean, I think both were valid. Yeah, it happens to everyone. You miss your timing and you just go, oh well, fuck.
Yeah, I think we missed the timing, and then it was like, well, it's you can't crack them out of base because they're just not coming out of base anymore. So it's like you can't do anything but like unless like so. Nazir was saying like he cited the game like I think it was like Newbie, which is like the exact same thing. Enemy team was penned into their base for up to 50 minutes. They farmed a like 50,000. Like, this is years ago. But like. They farmed a 50,000k net worth lead using that time that they pinned the enemy into base, and then they took the high ground. and that was maybe something we could have done. Like, we just farmed, like, kept farming, just kind of like build up that massive net worth lead, wait for them to get impatient, wait for them to come out of base. But it's like, we want to play the game. We want to like do something. We want to like come outside the base. We want them to like engage with us, like on the map. But what can you do? You know, like they had their strat. They played it well. I can't complain.
Yeah, no, definitely. But, you know, still recoverable. Well, I mean, excited to see what you do in the semis and possibly the finals. If you need a stand-in, let me know.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is the poison already on its way to Catastrophe's house?
Why do you think he's not still in the call? I'm already taking him out.
Oh, of course.
You guys secured your place in the semis. He's gone, mate. He's gone. I had people on standby.
No, I will say I'll shout out Catastrophe. He's done really well this tournament, honestly. Like he's been really good for team morale behind the scenes, and he's really good for the analysis tool that he's been creating to help lead with the drafts. So, and he's been really good just like stepping up in the tournament, because I remember like I think it was like January, he was like, "Oh, I feel terrible in these games because I only get to play Centaur. It's the only hero like people let me on." I'm like,
I'd let him on X now.
Yeah.
I'd let him on X.
Yeah,
I'd keep him off Dawnbreaker.
Yeah, I think maybe that's it. Like maybe I need to put him on.
I'm sorry,
like,
you're being very nice to him, and that is perfectly fair. But I just after tonight's games, I have to caveat that with he needs to stay off Dawnbreaker.
Yeah. Well, no. Well, to be fair, like I'm trying to just put him on newer heroes to see, because like he obviously doesn't. You don't want to do the Mori thing of like you're only allowed to play Centaur. You're only allowed to like play this one hero, and if you're not on that one hero, we lose. I'm like, I do want to see him on other heroes.
I don't think that's true.
Like,
the reason I thought the Centaur might come out tonight, and it's not because his axe has been particularly bad. It's just he did very well in lane with that Centaur that time, and you guys
really
did win your lanes tonight, so that was fine. I mean, I say you won your lanes. The monkey didn't do great. The axe didn't have a great lane either, but he was into a Monkey King, so you can't blame him. Like he got fairly countered.
A draw is a win, you know. In that sort of scenario, draw is a win.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's still behind, but yeah, I've just seen him play. He just played a very good Centaur, minus the boots. Falcus boots. I don't. He's not a bad player. His builds are just often very awry.
I quite enjoyed, like, because that's the nice thing about like having him around. It's like you just have a very like off the wall approach to Dota, where it's like you're just gonna have someone that's gonna like, oh, what if we do this and this? And sometimes it works really well. Like I don't know if you've seen him by Yule Scepter on Centaur. I'm like, it fucking works. Sometimes it just works. Sometimes it just works.
Yeah, but Yule's is just a good item. I'm more referring to his aversion to
like,
blink
this
daggers.
Is before Blade Mail. This is before Blade Mail on Blink Dagger, and I'm just like, well, I can't afford it.
I don't know. I think I'd like most of my Dota players back on the wall, please. But anyway, before this descends into a debate about whether or not Catastrophe is a good player.
I think he's had some MVPs this tournament for sure. Like,
hey, I gave him one. I'm not saying
I think
he's
his
no
Wraith
good.
King was good as well. Like I didn't. The only reason he's not Wraith King the game 2 was because I was on Kunkka and I was like, I'm buying Radiance on this hero. You're not getting any Radiance buying offlane today. It is the Kunkka show. It's very sexy torrents on Maya, just like denying them the room multiple times.
You fucked at least one. I saw you whiff one.
I think. Bro, you're bringing up my failures. I hit it twice. I stole the rune twice.
Torrented. No. The runes were great. I mean, you missed a torrent. You torrented once, and you didn't bring them back with the X mark early enough, so the torrent just went off. And I was like, what the fuck's he doing? Like, I've bigged him up saying his Kunkka's all good, and then he's fucking whiffing this shit on stream. I mean, disgusting.
I was so annoyed I died in game 2. I was like, I literally screamed down the mic, my flawless Kunkka game. It was so sad.
Very unfortunate. Well, anyway, it is now 10 past midnight. This is the I've got work in the morning. This is ridiculously late. Yeah, and it's turning into the podcast. Always fucking does. Always does.
Yeah.
But GG's, good luck with the future games. I look forward to watching them.
Catastrophe has an accident. I will give you a call.
If there's a catastrophe.
If there's a catastrophe, I'll give you a call.
Well, I mean, he might not have any issues. I know he used to be a liability, but But right on that disgusting. You might as well stay with the NSLs now. On that disgusting dad joke. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching, and everyone who stuck around this late. I now have to go feed my dog the last of her food for the day because this has gone way later than I thought it would. And yeah. If you're interested in more GFG, I'm sure you're already in there. If not, you enjoy my Discord, I will direct you to it if you ask for it. I don't have a link for the GFG Discord. Otherwise, if you want more stuff from me, feel free to follow. Thank you for the subs and follows tonight. I have noticed them. I just didn't call them out mid-game. And other than that, go the fuck to bed. If anybody goes on Dota after this, you're only going to get a loss. It's not worth it. Nothing good happens in Dota after midnight. At least
someone's got to win. Someone's got to win.
Yeah, it's
Look,
the Russians.
5 people lose. 5 people also win. You can be on that winning side very easily.
I mean, there you go. Go have some copium with seething, I suppose. Right. Can I make a GFG Discord link? I can. There you go. Oh, I've just copied hidden using copy button. It's hidden. I can't. It just says hidden, use copy button. But when I use the copy button, it pastes out hidden, use copy button. So I can't make a link. Right, hang on, I can disable this and then I can make a link. I don't think anybody really needs it because I'm guessing everybody's already in there. But if you're not, there you go. There is a link. Right. Good night. I'm waffling. Bye.
Good night. See you later.